Underdog Daily. Badge Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out on the Black and Yellow Dog app, the platform of the people, Underdog Fantasy. Hopefully everybody had a nice MLK weekend there. Watched some hoops yesterday, watched the Natty, enjoyed the football over the weekend there. We had 4 games. We'll talk about those. We'll talk about the slates that accompanied said games, but we got some changes coming our way on the site here. We've talked about it, how Dog Bowl was going to be shifting to Wednesdays and Fridays for the next 2 weeks. So we have a quote-unquote normal Tuesday slate, but it also features a whole bunch of West Coast games here. There is all sorts of moving pieces. There's tons of back-to-backs. It is a wonky-ass slate. Hat tip to the good people at Underdog for making the Dog Bowl tomorrow and not today and forecasting that this was going to be a bit crazy. But also, Nez, hat tip to Underdog. I don't know if you happened to catch it, but on Friday, went on a little bit of a soliloquy about some potential changes we could implement and things that we could do, and voices were heard. And we got something new on the platform today with hoops dropping after the slate had concluded. And what a night to do it, because Jimmy Butler gets hurt halfway through the game last night, and that would have shifted the landscape of this slate a little bit yesterday. So long-winded pitch on the weekend. Where do you want to start there, Nez?
Yeah, the delay of start time is something that I've been talking about for a minute as well. Just trying to mitigate the meta and how it's not necessarily, I don't know if like healthy is the word, but like it just like doesn't quite make a ton of sense that like the meta is, you draft at 8 p.m. the night before, or whatever time it is the night before. And hopefully, we see fill rates that can back that up as well. I don't think that the night before is overly, crucial to filling these contests. So it would be nice to see, people voting with their wallets, as people say, for this change. And hopefully it kind of helps some of the vibes towards the hoops meta. I'm excited about it. I think it was a really nice change. The layup line was still there. They did bring the one other thing that I've always said, well, not always said, but I've been saying, is bring back the old layup line, which they have. 33 entry max, 1K to first. I like that contest. That's a fun, like, just set ranks and auto away.
You've been a big proponent of let's see the morning thing. I hope the dynamic of the slate today doesn't stave people off, because it is a weird slate. It's a good slate to try this on, but it's a very weird slate today with 3 late West Coast games and only 1 game tipping at 7 Eastern there. And we're missing a bunch of injury reports because of back-to-backs and stuff. But it looks like some things are starting to square themselves away right now. And we're going to have enough information to draft. But what happened there, Mike? It looks like we spilled something.
Dude, I spilled water all over my goddamn desk, dude.
Well, hey, let me see what mug you're rocking with there, and I'll tell you why you spilled.
No, I can't besmirch the good UD Cardio Club mug.
Oh, so you spilled with the UD Cardio Club. Might I interest you in a dirty hands, clean money, my friend? Nothing ever spills in this bad boy.
Listen, this thing is nice. I took it straight from the gym. I hit the gym early today, but I'm not sure what got caught in the enclosure there. But it's all over my desk now, so it's just gonna have to stay there because I don't have a towel in here. It's over.
Oh man, just gonna be soaking it up. Dude, I like that Underdog's trying new things. They're listening to the feedback. The chat was really positive there on Friday, talking about some of the ideas that we've been spinning for a little bit behind closed doors. So let's back it up with some good fill rates today. Obviously a little bit of a wonky slate, tough slate to get people excited to draft early because there was so much unknown, Embiid, what the hell are the Jazz ever doing, like that sort of stuff. But it looks like some of those things are getting squared away and looks like a pretty fun slate to draft now. So we can just push forward there. Yes, fuck, I screwed up. I was just telling Nez that I was kind of running around frantic and doing things this morning and damn it, I forgot I was going to wear full laundry bro all week. This starts tomorrow. Rest of the shows this week. I'm going full laundry bro this week for the Hawks here, Nez. I'm gonna flip the switch here and be a laundry bro in the immediate future. Speaking of which, what'd you think about the games over the weekend there? Any kind of like mass takeaways, anything fun cooking in the playoff contests, anything like that?
I have 2 gauntlets that can field full rosters.
Mhm.
One with Stafford, one with Drake May.
Nice.
I am just kind of crossing my fingers for some pod luck,
Evergreen.
because, of course,
Yeah.
it's 1 out of 5, which is nice. So I need pod luck, and I need the Rams to pull off what is going to end up being an upset if they do, which
Yeah.
I don't think we were necessarily thinking before that Seahawks would be favored against the Rams, especially without Charbs. But I think that is like where we're headed. So yeah, I need a couple things to go my way, and maybe I can chop with like 50 of my friends. That'd be pretty fun.
It's pretty interesting how the dynamic of, I've been quite outspoken over the years, a little less so this year about my feelings on playoff contests versus other people's feelings on playoff contests. They're not my favorite to draft. I'll leave it at that kind of thing. And it does create this very weird wrinkle in dynamic where none of the stars really were the have to have it pieces at any piece in time throughout this. And then pushing through, some players didn't wind up mattering because they all get hurt. We're talking about pushing through Broncos with Nix and Sutton and Brian and all this sort of stuff. And now all of a sudden it's like, whoever wins this contest, it's either going to be like excruciatingly painful because they pushed through a really low pod. Like I saw our guy Andy on the tweet machine there the other day, showing a team that he pushed through that had like 40 points or something insane like that. And it's like, it's either going to be that like kind of one of one dynamic that gets through, which is part of the game, of course, or it's going to be like nobody can field 5 in the finals, right? Like if we get like a Broncos Seahawks finals, like how many teams are going to have, I don't know, 3 usable pieces in the finals?
Yeah, it's going to be really, really low. Andy got through a 37-point team.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. It was his 4th highest scoring team. He had 6 teams in the quarterfinals, and that was that's wild. It's a Rams Broncos team. Andy 8052 if you guys want to look it up, but that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, what are these Seahawks and Broncos teams going to look like? I think in hindsight, man, it would have been really fun to play for like 3 of these, 4 pieces in the finals here, and just like see what happens.
We did experiment with experimented with the notion on off and on the clock there, where we were like, hey, let's build one of those teams to see if you can push through 4 of these pieces. And we capped it at 4. The problem is if you were pushing through 4 pieces, the Broncos pieces that you were drafting are all dead other than Harvey, basically, right? Like, I don't see how anyone would have pushed through, like, I don't know, maybe 6 points from Sutton was enough to like push through and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just a very wonky dynamic because like the push through pieces that we would have built around would have been like Eagles or Niners or something like that. And like Niners didn't really have usable scores this week, not even CMC. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like just on the Seahawks and Broncos front, there are, as far as Sam Darnold, Ken Walker, RJ Harvey teams, right? Just these 3. There are 5 teams advancing with just those 3. If you do Sam, Ken, and JSN, you get to 32. So that's pretty decent. If you have those 3 advancing,
like that sounds so effing low because you
out of
probably would have tried
I
to
think.
Say again, sorry.
Out of I think 3,000 advancing teams, I believe.
Wow, jeez, man, that's crazy.
2.5. 2.5. Wow. Yeah, that's absolutely nuts.
Yeah. I mean, it's just been bloodshed because like the big high scoring, fantasy assets haven't been that and haven't been the push through pieces that you wanted. And then there's just been so many injuries where it was like Ken Walker was basically the have to have it of last week. And that's kind of it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really it. And he was already hard to get through, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be wild. I would love to get through with the full Super Bowl team and just like pray I run good. I think that would be a lot of fun. But
So what are you
we'll
cheering
see.
for this weekend then?
Rams and Patriots.
Rams, Patriots. Yeah, but I think that's what everyone's cheering for, that you'll be holding hands with, right? It just gives you a shot on goal. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like I have a full team, like maybe some people don't. I have a couple like, unique-ish pieces to that puzzle if I do get there. The one other thing that I could do is I have a Harvey team advancing. So this Harvey team I have is Stafford, Kyron, Harvey, and Ramondre.
Nice.
Puka, Higbee, Troy Franklin, and Colby Parkinson.
Oh,
so
that's Fox. Yeah.
So if I got that team through with the Broncos Super Bowl, my EV is probably way better.
Yeah.
But
you're literally rooting for that team.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. I think you're rooting for that team. I think you want Rams, Broncos, and you want Harvey to break the slate is what you're rooting for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Good stuff there. This is interesting. Billy the Kid saying only like 30 teams in the college football finals had 5 players. Made the finals with 2 Miami guys and still got 40th.
Wow.
I mean, that kind of makes sense because not a lot of people were jamming Miami. Like I'm speaking out of the side of my mouth because I'm not entirely
they were like the 10 seed
familiar, but they were a 10 seed and they would have had to play 4 playoff games, right? So yeah. Interesting stuff. Shout out to the Cheese, 3rd place in the buzzer beater last night. Love to see that, man. Right on.
Let's go.
There you go. All right, dude. Yeah. Anything else you want to say on the weekend? The Natty last night. I thought Natty was a lot of fun last night. First half was kind of dull and feeling each other out, but really ended strong last quarter there. Surprised they didn't intentionally jump off sides with the 2nd and 1 situation there because it was the only way to extend the game unless they get a false start, and they got bailed out by a false start by the best offensive lineman on Indiana there. But yeah, I don't know. Just thoughts in general on that game.
Second half was awesome, like you said. That was a lot of fun. That Miami team is really good. Tony is just I don't know how I'm going to stay away from Tony.
He's fun, man. He's fun.
I mean, we got like 2 years till we get to draft him, but like God, he is so sick.
Yeah.
And then Mendoza, dude. Mendoza is just an absolute dog. And he is going to make me draft Brock Bowers again, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Respect it, man. Why not? Yeah. Because he looks good out there. I was watching some of Hayden and Brett's content from last week there, and he was super bullish on him and his immediate future. Like just cannon from an arm, big dude. Like I was really impressed in all the games I've seen from him in the playoffs. I've only watched really the playoff games, and then at some point in the regular season, I think I watched a bit of that first matchup against Oregon. But like, he's a fucking funny cat on the mic, though. I can't tell if it's a shtick, if he's super well rehearsed, or if he's just like so green, like he's just eyes wide open, bushy tail.
Dude, like, that's the exact guy that you want in. Like he is football.
Yeah,
like, that is exactly what you want for a franchise. That is a gift.
Right. Yeah. And people keep making the comp about like Tom Brady, like he was just all football and he was all dedicated like this. I don't want to go comp guy on it in any respect, but I did find it really funny. I was doing the Instagram slop infinite scroll last night, and Ricky Williams video came across my timeline talking about the Heisman Trophy, because all the Heisman guys come back for Heisman Trophy. And he said he was just kind of a fly on the wall for Mendoza asking Tebow, and somebody else was there, maybe like Leinart or something like that, another quarterback. he's like, what about like girls? Got like, I haven't really had time to like think about girls or like whatever. And Ricky Williams is telling the story about him asking for like girl advice from like Tim Tebow, and like, how did you fit them into like the schedule? Because like, I'm just doing so mumuch football. I don't really have time for girls right now. And like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, this guy's number one team in the nation. Like 16-0 with all these wins, natty champion. And this guy's not pulling a little off the side here. Man, this guy loves ball. This guy loves ball.
Dude,
I'm drafting this guy.
No time. God, that is so awesome. That seems like such a thing that he would ask, and of course he would ask Tim Tebow about it too. Like
if Tim Tebow has any fucking advice for him, he's like,
let Tim Tebow tell you how to like get some snatch on the side. Like, dude, no. But of course it's Tebow. Like, he probably sees Tim Tebow as like a god. Like, he's like,
right,
man, if I could just have Tim Tebow's career in the NFL, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, I mean, curated just like knocking the nail on the head here, like asking for girl advice from a celibate Christian. I thought the story was so funny, and Ricky was like, "I ain't got shit to say to this guy, man." He's like, "I can't say anything."
Yeah, we cannot relate.
Ricky's like, "I okay." Yeah, it was pretty funny, and Ricky was like, "I took football seriously, but." Come on, man.
Nah, dude, this is different. This is different. Fernando Gabriel Mendoza, the fifth.
The fifth. Wow, I didn't realize that.
Wow.
Get that one V on the jersey there. Just a V. Yeah. Get that V on the jersey. That would look nasty.
It would be Mendoza V. That'd be dope.
Yeah, Mendoza V. Shout out to Awen. Cashed a ticket on Redacted last night. I saw that, his fourth live final for NBA stuff. Damn, man.
He took two. He took one on both sites, I think, unless I dreamt that.
Oh, wow.
Pretty sure he did. He two this weekend. Big weekend for the kid.
Right on, dude. Yeah. Love to see it. All right, Nez, speaking of weekends, let's hop in, take a look at the football stuff from the weekend there. I very limited volume here. I was watching, just kind of enjoying the games with the boys over the weekend there. Also had a little bit of a busy weekend with the old ball and chain out of town there. The boys had to get after it. No idea how to pronounce this name here, but what are you going with, Nez?
Jason.
Jason it is.
That's the first thing that came to my mind is Jason.
I love it. Josh Allen, 23 points was enough to get it done on this slate here. Really needed that Allen plus Kyron pairing at the top, and then you needed Ken Walker to come back to you. Ken Walker, we had the Sharps versus Ken Walker debate. Obviously, Sharps, he sprains his knee like decently early in that game and is kind of like hobbling around, and then proceeds to tear his ACL later in the game, was kind of like how I saw it. Dalton Kincaid was doing absolutely nothing for the first half of that ball game, and then he started to heat up in the second portion of that one. If you guys didn't see the interview of Josh Allen, I retweeted it. Man, it was really good. I feel bad for the guy. I can understand that some people. Well, I didn't think so. I didn't think Josh Allen was overly polarizing. I thought everyone was kind of like a Josh Allen guy, but he gets like a lot of like league sympathy. Like, I found it really weird that like the NFL official account, like, that's supposed to be just like, completely unbiased. It's the NFL official account. And they're like, you really got a feel for Josh Allen, and like tweeted that out with like a video and stuff. I'm like, man, everybody's rooting for this guy, which is kind of a weird dynamic for like a league. But comes up short yet again there. A bunch of turnovers were the problem there. He took complete ownership of it. I think it's just like a really good video there. No real wide receivers separating. Honestly, not a lot of great usable wide receiver scores on the slate there, and a lot of injuries from the ones amongst the player pool. So it was Stephon Diggs who you needed, and you needed DJ Moore there. Little skinny stack there. No piece from the Denver side. And then Kyron plus Ken Walker. Very strong team here.
Yeah, very strong team. I didn't fare quite as well in the main because I was doing a lot of charbs, doing a lot of charbs. So that wasn't for me to win. But Yeah, just the way she goes. I had a lot of Bo Nix though, so that was kind of cool for the moment. But 3 fantasy points from Devontae Adams on like a lot of my teams. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. It was unfortunate. That game played way under the total. Obviously, the weather was like a little bit worse than we thought, but like also the defenses played really good in that game, man. Like Curl played incredible, man. Like that guy was sick. But yeah, it was a pretty good game. Just in general to watch there. The Caleb throw on the 4th down where he just runs back to his own 40. He went full Kyler Murray running all the way back 30 yards and then just, tight end throwback to the far opposite side corner to Cole Kmet. Unbelievable stuff. I kind of feel like the Rams got away with it, man. Like the Caleb pick in overtime. Like I thought it was over after the Rams come out for that first series in overtime and they had like some pretty conservative play calling. Don't get Puka a target. Then they go with like the Corum toss play on like 3rd and 1 that I thought was kind of like weird. And then all of a sudden they give the ball back to the Bears, and then the Bears turn it over and bail them out, and then they march down and kick the field goal, and the game's over. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think the Bears kind of low key played better than the Rams in that game and deserved a better fate because after the first drive when the Rams like marched down and scored, I was like, this game's fucking over. The Rams are scoring 40 here if they're going to march down that easy. And then Bears got it together on defense in a big way.
Yeah, I mean the Bears are good, man. They were a good team. Their season's over. I think they're gonna look way different next year. But yeah, they were good, and their defense like came together at like the perfect time. I agree. I thought they deserved a better fate as well. And that last pick to end it, or to turn the tide, I guess you could say. I don't know. I've seen the route. I've seen all the angles and seemed like it was DJ Moore's fault. Like,
for not cutting it off flat. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah. And like not finding like the open space there. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm sympathetic toward Caleb because I think Caleb is really, really good. And I think that he is only going to get better.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fully pin that on DJ Moore, but I do think that he definitely shoulders more of that blame. Like they're to like not have that awareness. I think doesn't look good. I don't like Caleb isn't the type of guy to just throw it right to a defender. And it wasn't right to a defender. He had to run and dive to make that catch. So
sure, yeah, but
kind of interesting, yeah.
Yeah, well said, dude. Nick chiming in the chat here. We kind of glossed over, Texans and Pats. I mean, like, man, CJ looked bad. A little bit on the conditions, I guess, maybe because like the balls were coming out, 5-6 feet away from where they were supposed to be. But man, there were some bad fucking throws in that game to nobody. And, speaking of injuries on the slate there, like Awen's saying there was a mess of injuries. Like highest owned tight end for me was Dalton Schultz on both of the slates too. And it was like, yeah, he gets injured in that one after having like 40 yards to start it off. It was like, oh, here we go. But yeah, weird slate in general there. Tough game for the Texans offense in a big way. Like I made a remark on Twitter during it. I was like, if Davis Mills was playing this game right now, that they're winning, like they probably win that game. It was just the fact that he threw 4 fucking interceptions and they were all, I'm going to say they were all egregious. They were all egregious, but yeah. Anything else kind of like macro games and battle royale as I jump to the mini royale champion here?
Yeah, I mean, like I played the PCP and like,
oh yeah,
I'm pretty salty about the Saturday PTP. Like Marvin Mims getting home for people is just like insane, bro. That is fucked up. That is fucked up, man. Like you need a Pat Bryant injury, you need a Troy Franklin injury, and then you get Marvin Mims home. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I just think that was atrocious. And I deserved a better fate because I played really well on the PTP. I've got a ton of lineups jammed to the right side of the finishing position, but I didn't have any Marvin Mims because why would I have any Marvin Mims? And then two guys go down, And Marvin Mims goes 8 for 8 for 90 and a touchdown. And I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I'm just not.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know, dude. I think that just like pisses me off because
coming into the game, I wouldn't have said Marvin Mims was that much different of a play than Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Rashid Shaheed was getting drafted 65, 70% of the time in that contest. They're very similar archetypes. Like, please score on special teams. Please play 30% of the snaps and have some gadgety whatever. Yeah, he ran super hot to have the injuries in front of him and then become a primary, option. But like, therein lies the variance of a violent sport, I guess. But
sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said they were that far off, but yeah, it's not something I would have been overweight or trying to build a huge portion of my portfolio around. And I could understand why that was pretty fucking gross and annoying.
I mean, yeah, 100%, man. Like, I'm just like, I was taking a bunch of Cooper Kupp, like 50% Cooper Kupp, and
he got peppered too,
dude. I was like, great pick, right? Like 50% drafted. He go like 5 for 60. Like, let's go. Great, good job. Made a good pick. And then it's like, well, screw you, dude. Like, so I was very upset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is true. Chad saying that Nez would have been fine with if he killed him on special teams and 30% of routes, but the way it ran out was just so nutted.
Sure.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. I'm going Brandon here on the last name, Bergener. Yeah, we'll go with Bergener on the first name there. Exact same team in the other contest, so just reminding everyone that it was obtainable. And then in fullback dive here, Mike Dill takes this one down, a little bit lower scoring on the smaller field. Could get there with Christian Kirk and Tunges instead of getting the Kincaid plus Diggs stack, which was a little bit more GME. This one a little bit more obtainable. Looks like I had a little bit of a sweat in this one. What did we go there? Too much Jennings and Hunter Henry.
Dude, Juwan Jennings is a bum.
The primetime frenzy here had a little bit of a dupe fest at the top there, dude. Okay, I'm going urine.
Y3 Ryan.
No, urine. It's like urine, dude.
Like urine, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So this Ryan team here, I think he won something else earlier this week.
Really?
Yeah, something hoops related, or maybe after he won this, then I saw him in the Dog Bowl hoops, and I was like, paying my respects. But
yeah,
I feel like he won something else.
Wow.
Maybe hoops related. Yeah. Anyways, Ryan goes with this Caleb stack here. Colby Parkinson was the high scoring Rams tight end, though it was decently close there. And then Keyshawn Boutte with that beautiful one-handed grab, outscores all the other wide receivers on the slate, I believe, with that 15. Obviously, this one was the Sunday only, so Kyron's score couldn't have had Ken Walker because he was on the Saturday. Yeah, Ewan, it's the best bit going, dude. Come on. Yeah. Anyways, take a look at hoops from yesterday there. Your boy doing some of his biggest volume of the season, and it didn't matter. A little 125 for the fella. Tried my very best yesterday. Lit up, takes it down here, gets that Maxi plus Embiid. I was only able to obtain one or two of them. Nemhard to get like the game correlation, Brooks, Naismith, and then Colin Gillespie really turned out to be the guy you needed in that last round. As the day went on, he was pushing up a little bit further than that into like the 29-30 range and wasn't really coming back to the Maxi drafters there. But Colin Gillespie, really nice night last night, especially after Jalen Green got ruled out. Shout out to Unabated for being all over the Jalen Green stuff. They told us like 5 hours before anywhere else told us. He basically told us that the best beat reporter was saying out today, in tomorrow, and then it became official like 5 hours later. So
yep.
Shout out to that there. Yeah, Oubre was the other 6th rounder who was really nice, who was amongst my highest owned there. Any thoughts on the NBA slate from yesterday, Nez? I just played the main slate. I didn't play the early one. If you got any love for anybody on the early one.
Yeah. For the main, I had too much Peyton Pritchard. I had some 6 CLV on Peyton Pritchard, but once again, didn't matter. Edgecombe, like trying to anticipate the PG and Embiid stuff. Only got one half of that in there. Didn't matter. A lot of Gillespie.
Nice.
A lot of Devin Booker, which wasn't good because Devin Booker was falling big time.
Devin Booker hasn't hit ceiling in forever.
Yeah, I'm done with him. I'm absolutely done with him.
I just think they're getting scoring from like everywhere this year. Like
they're just a good team, yeah.
Yeah, like it's a good move it around team, and like if they get outlier big time scoring, it's like Grayson knocking 8 threes or something. It's not, and like Dylan's doing more on the offensive end than he's ever done in his career. So it's like it's weird to figure out on a night to night basis, but it's like they all seem like pretty good bets for like 30 to 40 fantasy points, and none of them feel like 65 burgers like we used to get, 5 of those a year from Devin Booker.
I know. Yeah, we have not gotten that in forever. And I keep falling for it, keep falling for it. For the early slate, it was Dawg, another just name that has no phonetic pronunciation available to it.
Yeah.
But our guy Nick, we'll give a shout out to Nick.
Okay.
He took 4th place, got 290 there.
Strong.
Yeah, this one was an interesting slate because like the night before this was out, and you could get like some Giannis, Jalen Johnson teams.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because Jalen Johnson had 3 games in a row where he didn't crack 30 points, so he was falling to 6 sometimes. And Giannis would sometimes fall to 3. But it didn't matter because it was a James Harden, Jalen Johnson start that you really needed. And then Nah was going like really, really late to open as well. So was Dyson Daniels.
Okay.
And then your boy Jordan Miller, man, was a had to have it piece.
Yeah, I mean, me's hoping he kind of is a have to have it again tonight too, man. I like me some Jordan Miller and I like me some Jordan Goodwin. Those 2 West Coast kind of like fringe guys who can find 23 minutes or all of a sudden can find 35, and they can do it in all 3 categories. Both of them are kind of fun for me right now. I like them.
Yeah. Nobody's going to be on Jordan Miller tonight, so that's all you.
Oh, I saw him go drafted a couple times this morning. No?
I did too, but no, like it's got to be all, that's all like no other data point is going to point you to Jordan Miller other than his box scores. But nothing today.
The old dunce cap box score chaser. That's me, baby. That's me.
Listen, I like it too. I want some more Jordan Miller in my life.
Clipper Nation rolling through. Jordan Miller can hoop, not biased. Clipper Nation. I love it.
Let's go.
Dirt Bike Davis coming in. Wow, what about the Deposit Kingdom contest betrayed? Did he take down the Deposit Kingdom? I missed the Deposit Kingdom this week.
Yes, he did. He was sweating it for like 48 hours. Yes.
That's agonizing.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats, my guy. Congrats. I didn't see it on the X machine, and I didn't get tagged in it in the Discord, so I did not know. Apologies, my friend. Congratulations there. All right, dude. I think it's time to move on to some hoops, unless there's anything else you want to say in general.
No. I am I'm ready to move on and talk about this slate.
Okay, cool. Actually, I have 2 things to say in general because I never shut up. I always got something to say here. The conference championship battle royale is up, and it is massive and it's fantastic. It's 40K to first there. There's tons of side contests to go alongside it. So all the NFL stuff is up for the week. We'll talk through it, I imagine, on Off and On the Clock there. There's that. And then the other thing I got to share is the Dog Bowl. Despite Mike Zakarian's best efforts to make the Dog Bowl happen today, it happens tomorrow there. Yes, it is a Wednesday Friday week this week for us. So TBD, I have tomorrow scheduled for Dog Bowl. TBD Thursday. There is a entirely viable hoop slate, but I think we're probably going to do a double dip, or at least one of us will pull double duty on Friday to cover the Dog Bowl slate, kind of like last week again. So I think maybe skipping hoops on Thursday and finally doing a dinger together would be awesome. But we could definitely still hit on it, and we could talk about it like briefly for the main slate. But I think making sure we do Wednesday and Friday for Dog Bowl, and we make sure we do off and on the clock, that then Thursday we got to get a little baseball in, because this shit's going to sneak up on us, man. We're so inundated with everything else on the platform right now. I got to be drafting dingers right now. I got to remind myself it's 21 days or something until pitchers and catchers. Like it's soon.
Yeah, I'm basically like regging for like a slow a day right now.
Okay, maybe I got to mix in the slows. That's what I got to do.
You do.
Yeah.
The slows are crucial.
Okay. All right. Here we go. If you guys want to draft dinger with your boy, we're going to go 8-hour picks. We are in the next 8 dingers. Next 8 dingers for slows. Come join me if you like to draft baseball. There you go. So I'll be in the next 8 slows if anybody wants to join.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good start here. Get that refreshed there. Yeah, Joshua, can't stop drafting dingers. I know, man. People are feeling it. Yeah, and then here you go. Like Fantasy Football Garage is like, whoa, we'll just wait till the big board drops. And I think the big board might be coming, even earlier than anticipated. Albie dropped. Oh my God, we got Albatross now, which is the majors only. Like it's just, we have so much stuff and we want to cover it all, right? Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Has anyone drafted a shitty dinger team yet? It's a fair question, man. Like it is so fun to draft these because it feels, I said it on the episode of Stacking Dingers we did, that it's like, if you just come in here and you stick to no more than 8 and no less than 6 at a position, you stack a little bit and you just draft from the depth of the player pool. The shit is so deep right now with like no big injuries yet. We lost Ha-Sung Kim the other day, but like with no big injuries yet, like and no spring training, no World Baseball Classic yet, it does feel just like so deep.
It is. I mean, it's deep because it is deep.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Any sources for dinger rankings? Not directly for rankings. Stacking Dingers will have rankings, but I do not believe they're up there yet. Are they, Nez?
I do not believe so yet.
Yeah, I don't think they're up yet. But what I would do, our guy Vlad, he does like the VDP rankings on FTN, but they're paywalled. Well, what I would suggest for people is just to use Fangraphs and use all the free projection models. I said it on the Stacking Dingers show that like there are so many amazing free projection models for, it's not like football, right? Like you don't have to pay for like 1,000 different services and different tools and stuff like that. Like if you just use Roster Resource, Fangraphs, and you just kind of pull some of the projection models of your choosing and just kind of convert them to UD points and mess around with the playoff schedule. I'll drop the playoff schedule in the chat for everybody. Like it's, man, you don't really need to upload and drag and drop somebody else's rankings,
You really don't. It's nice to know, like, hey, here's a guy that projects well, if that's what's being taken into account, of course. Me personally, I enjoyed kind of like, and it gets tougher and tougher every year, but I like sitting down and like basically just going name by name and looking at these profiles on Fangraphs and trying to see like, refamiliarize myself with how their last year went, what their projection is for next year, what their lineups look like. I mean, it does take a ton of work. I get it. So I don't blame people for just like, just give me the TLDR, give me the ranks. do your thing. But like, there is a lot of nuance, obviously, with baseball, and that is, part of the fun. If that is like if that's your jam and that's your game, and you have that edge, like that is it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah, like the football thing, like we'll spend months, like we will as a community spend months like breaking down the profile of like the 270th player in the big board. Like people do, like you could go and find like 10 videos on YouTube on like Pat Bryant. Like you could go find like this shit, and chances are he's not gonna fucking matter in the big board, right? Or whatever. Like it's hypothetical, right? Like
Sure.
I'm just using a name like plucked out of the air here. Whereas like the 240th player in our player pool, I keep joking, is like Max Muncy, like perennial all-star on the best team in baseball who hits 30 home runs, right? And it's like, how much do I really need to do research-wise into his portfolio? He hits tanks and he hits 220 and he walks sometimes. Like, all right, like, like the player pool that you guys are going to be wanting to look into is like some of the prospecty stuff, like, like Nez's number one prospect in baseball and the Pirates, Connor Griffin, and like stuff like this. Like these are the guys that you kind of want to like, so you could kind of take an abbreviated approach to it too. It's not a brand new player pool every single year like the NFL is. And there's also just less cumulative knowledge known, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of names to learn, and like new names and guys that have come up and things like that. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like it's an easier job, but yeah, like there is a greater chance of these guys mattering for sure. For the work that you put in.
Yes, that's the perfect way to articulate it. There's more reward for the work you put in because back end guys are going to matter. Like if you think about last year, let's use the Athletics as an example. If you were the guy who like knew, hey, like I believe Nick Paws, aka Nick Kurtz, wasn't in the player pool, but if you were the guy who was all over Soderstrom plus Shea Bangaliers plus Jacob Wilson at the back end of draft boards, like that, like that's what we talked about ad nauseum on our program. Hey, like the whether we disagreed on the profiles of players and stuff, but we were both in lockstep of like, hey, like this is going to be a great environment to hit in. It's not baked into the price tags. Here's our stand, right? And like just even having that micro stance was like you had Jacob Wilson at like 1 or 3% owned or whatever it was, and it was a great pick,
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. We will talk more baseball. I'm thinking Thursday. Thursday is finally the day there. But if you guys want to get a jump start on it, I dropped in the chat there the playoff schedule there. I see some of you guys looking at it right now. That's the equivalent of the week 17 for us. Draft Dodgers. That's good. Draft Astros was my 101 take at the start there, that the old Dodger or the old Astros at the bottom were mispriced, but we'll get some more takey stuff as we go. Let's talk hoops, Nez. A clear 101 in Luka today, then a really fun tier to talk through, maybe like the next 5 or 6 picks there. Joel Embiid is out of the pool already. He has been ruled out on the back-to-back. We kind of were playing it as, well, most of us, I think, were playing it as, he would play either one of these 2 games on the front end and the back-to-back. I will tell you guys all the back end and front end back-to-backs that you need to worry about, but Utah is also a crazy one. We have no idea what they're going to do with Nurk. Nurk finally decided to play. Yeah. And then we got, we got some probable tags to deal with in the Denver game, but the Denver game is nationally televised. And then we got Josh Giddey back in our lives potentially this evening with the Q tag there after missing 3 weeks. Just kind of macro lay of the land for you right now.
I mean, for me, first off, nothing more tilting than just this Nurkic stuff. I need to double check how much I've drafted of him, because I did a lot of autos to start, and then I did about like 10 manual drafts after that, trying to like see where I'm overlapping too much. I have 3 Nurkic teams. I mean, are you drafting him?
I took him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I accidentally clicked him once when I timed out when I didn't have rankings in, but I wasn't drafting him. No. It's super frustrating, man. Fuck Will Hardy. Fuck the Utah Jizz. Like, nah, I'm done with them.
Straight up.
Yeah, straight up, man. It's just like they start doing like they do these weird ass lineups where Svi starts and then plays 28 minutes, or he's a coach's DMP. Same thing with Nurk. They came out the other day and said he's still dealing with the toe injury. Well, then fucking list him on the injury report like you listed him for a month. They listed him with the toe injury for a month on the injury report, and like at least he had a Q tag. And
did they get fined for that yet?
I don't know, but they came out and said as much, that he's been dealing with the toe. I have no idea. Man.
Mark him out. Mark him out. What are we doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, like I just don't get the need to hide that shit. Like that's just they're gonna get hit with the fine for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I don't think this slate right now has a ton of scroll options.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty concentrated
mm-hmm.
right now as far as my picks go, and yeah, like I just think there are some pretty like well-defined tiers. Like
I agree with you.
I'm not gonna lie, like we're gonna talk about this, but it feels boring in a sense.
Ooh,
you know, because of like I don't know, like
yeah, I had the opposite take, to be honest. I'm really enjoying drafting this slate because of the defined tiers, where it's like it's Luka, it's 5 guys, it's another 5 guys till about Randall, Amen, and George, and then after that, there's like a hard line in the sand for me at like Rudy and the other 2 Denver pieces, and then you can do whatever you want. Was kind of like my initial lean on it, and
that's a better view.
I like the do whatever you want at the back end there, because I can tell myself a story about some of these guys, especially early in the day when we didn't have injury reports. Like I could tell myself a story on VJ. I could tell myself a story on PJ. I could tell myself a story on, some of these fringe Clippers guys or fringe Suns guys on the back-to-back, that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I that is a much better outlook for sure. And maybe, I say boring because I just, for me, it's like, well, I'm really not changing up a whole lot. Like I had my pre-ETR ranks. I haven't changed much post,
Sure.
and I'm just kind of like letting my vibes do the drafting. But the one thing I do need to change is I don't have a lot of Keontae George. I need to add more Keontae George to my teams, but we'll get to that game and I'll, kind of explain why I don't have a lot of Keontae.
Okay, sure. Sounds great, man. Yeah. Numi's rolling through late. Yeah, we spent a bunch of time talking about this at the top of the show, but if you guys are just joining like Numi clearly is, the contest dropped at 8 a.m. Eastern this morning, which was a little bit of a wrinkle and change there from yesterday. Yeah, and something we discussed on Friday's show and then discussed at the top here. Yes, JJJ is free and played big time minutes yesterday. I think people are a little bit scared of the potential Heat injury report on the second night of the back-to-back. I agree with Nick here that the Lowry Markkanen stuff is just tragic. Like they're just kind of holding him hostage, and it's like an illness tag today, and it's been an illness tag for 2 games now, and he just hasn't played in 5, but he was playing so effing well at the start of the season. Like the Jazz were playing too well was their problem was with him, Keynote, and Nurk for a stretch there. I mean, just free the man. Free the man. Like, I don't know. The Warriors might be dead in the water after losing Jimmy for that ACL. Like Jimmy might never play again for the Warriors after last night. It was tragic to watch. And it was fucking excruciating how he was like screaming and stuff. Like NBA League Pass, like they cut to commercial, but the audio's still on. And like there's no commercial. And he's like, fuck, bitch. Oh, and he's like screaming like the whole time. Like he was in big pain, man. It was brutal. And he just knew his season was over. But I
didn't see that. Man.
Dude, get Lowry Markkanen on that team and see what happens. Or get Steph on Utah and see what happens. Shit, man. But like, Yeah. Anyways, some macro stuff here, Nez, as we walk through. As we said originally, guys, there's only one game that locks at 4, aka 7 here. As I pivot over to the beautiful unabated interface. Yeah, it's tough because we're gonna get an injury report. We already got the Embiid news and stuff like that, but because of this hour gap, like we might not have news on anybody else on the slate, especially some of these late games like the Heat and the Kings on back-to-back stuff there with the Heat. So it's going to be tough, man. You're going to have to be ready with swaps. It's a pretty good redacted slate because you can swap at every isolated window, that sort of thing. So, yeah, but for us, it's going to be pretty tough, guys. You got to be ready to swap because if we don't get giddy in this one, you're going to have some decisions to make right at that window. Then you're going to have some decisions to make a little bit later with like the Nurk and Lowry window at 6 here. We thankfully got the Naz Reid information already. He had a Q tag, actually got hurt and left with a shoulder injury last time out, but now he is going to be good to go this evening here. So just be mindful of the swap windows because it is a very split up and staggered slate. Which you got to do some bro science in drafting this because you're going to have incomplete information all day long there. Nationally televised games tonight, San Antonio at Houston. They are both coast-to-coast Peacock games. San Antonio at Houston and Los Angeles at Denver. Those are your two nationally televised games for this evening. Your back-to-backs for tonight are back-end back-to-backs. Phoenix and the Sixers in that first game. Then the Clippers in the next game there with the Giddy Q tag across from it on the Chicago side. Then you get Spurs on the back-to-back with the Wemby stuff. Utah, who knows what the fuck they're going to do on the back-to-back there. Warriors on the back-to-back without Jimmy Butler now. And then Miami on the back-to-back in the late-night hammer. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams on a back-end back-to-back coming off of the holiday game there. And then only 2 teams on the front-end back-to-back. That is both on the West Coast in the late window there. The Raptors and the Kings are on front-end back-to-backs. They play each other tomorrow night. Kind of impactful because we don't know what Sabonis is going to look like, right? He's played off the bench since he's come back. He hasn't eclipsed more than 21 minutes. So kind of hard to decide what to do with Sabonis because you see his name in the last round over and over again. And it's like, oh, baby, Sabonis, highest total on the slate. Let's go. But a lot of other guys been doing a lot more for the Kings in recent memory in terms of the box scores. Anything to add to the macro there, Nez?
No, that was a great synopsis here. Just a lot of games that have middling totals, and then the T-Wolves Jazz and Heat Kings.
Yeah.
Kind of a trend. The scoring seems to be down a little bit right now in the NBA.
Other macro points, as of the recording of this, as of this very moment, while we talk through it, we have no Utah injury report, we have no Heat injury report, and we have no Warriors injury report. So those are the 3 we're going to be dealing with there. But we do know for a fact that Tyler Hero will be out this evening. We do know for a fact that Jimmy Butler will be out this evening. They did report that Draymond was going to not play yesterday and then play today, which presumably means Al Horford played yesterday, not going to play today. I don't know. Maybe Kuminga comes back in our lives finally. Who knows? Maybe they're going to be forced to make some decisions out there. Nothing would surprise me from them. And Lauri Markkanen, we are getting the Jazz as we speak, as I was going to hit on. We got Bryce Sensible out, Kevin Love out, Lauri Markkanen out. Yusuf Nurkic available. Oh my God. So we got ourselves a Nurk situation yet again here. How many minutes he plays on the back-to-back, he continues to smash. I have no idea. So we will talk about that. Okay.
Hey, Will Hardy, suck my dick.
Yeah, more or less. Okay.
Just dropping it right in there.
Numi dropping by to tell us late to the convo, but we will be dropping NBA contests every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern after the layup line is finished and ADP is shifted and settled more. So there you go.
Fucking salute to you, sir. That is good stuff.
Salute
I hope the fill rates respond positively. Like that would be really good news to see contests actually fill greater, given that news. I don't know if Numi's still listening, but maybe like for a dog bowl, maybe like a little bit of a beef up to the layup line. I don't know, maybe not, but just kind of thinking out loud here, like a 10K layup line before the dog bowl.
Okay, sounds
a little
good.
something. A little something.
To be fair, in A, solidifies ADP more the bigger the sample, right? And B, the fact that there's going to be nothing else to draft other than dog bowl. There is a subset of the player pool that is going to want to play the layup line exclusively and be like, oh, I'm only playing like 3 dog bowls, so I want to max the layup line, and they wouldn't normally be layup line maxes, you know?
Right. Numi's saying it's different, so I stole his thunder. He's already on it. I'm gonna let the man cook. It'll
be 20K. There you go. So there you go. Boom. Boy is chefing. The boy is chefing. All right, dude. Let's talk game by game here. We've talked for a lot today, so maybe we'll do this.
It's been a while, man. People are wondering if I still work.
That's true.
been busy, man. Been busy, but we are here, and yeah, we got to roll through this slate.
All right, let's do this. Suns and Sixers to start here. Obviously, already talked about the Embiid side of things there. Mr. Good Boy will not leave it alone right now. We get Big Mark Dub, aka Mark Williams, with Q tag here on the second night of the back-to-back for the Suns. There, Sixers second night of a back-to-back there. Already ruled Joel Embiid out. Paul George had the questionable tag with that left knee. Interesting to note, left knee injury management. It was the back, I believe, that was what was the super late scratch with Toronto on the Sunday of last week. Do you remember this? And he was like a right after tip or right at tip, like rule out, and then ended up playing like 2 games later or whatever. So just interesting that it's a different designation here. Doubtful tag on one of the G Leaguers. Out tag on a G Leaguer, and then Kelly Oubre, man, who's come back to like full minutes here, is listed available in this one. So let's talk it through here. Obviously, we had a nice night from Colin Gillespie last night. Let's do the Sun side first. Nice night from Colin Gillespie last night. Devin Booker, we talked about the ceiling dynamic and how they need more, like how we need more of him ISOing and less of them playing good basketball to have like a bigger fantasy ceiling here. But he still goes in the 3rd round. Dylan Brooks, the scoring is up. We like that. Grayson Allen has, been closing at times, but not a given every single time. But when he's making shots, he closes kind of thing. But Jalen Green throws a big wrinkle into all of this. Their kind of prize acquisition from the KD trade. They're not expecting full minutes from him tonight. He's been missing for 2.5 months now, basically 2 months. So it just throws another wrench into the equation when talking about it. What do you think here on the Phoenix side? Are you interested in anything?
No, I think this is a pretty easy one. It's like Devin Booker and that's it. And as far as Devin Booker goes, I have too much. I have 20 shares of Devin Booker through 90. So don't really love that, but the ADP is fine. We just he reminds me right now, these what these scores are just, KD's been better this year, but it's kind of like the KD thing. You know what I mean? KD was just never winning you anything, but not totally killing your lineup. Devin Booker literally killed lineups last game, but 24, 4-4 is not the worst, but it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. This spot against the Sixers, I kind of like.
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. We'll see, but I'm gonna, because where I have him ranked, just the Devin Booker conversation here, I would have to put him behind Bam, which man, do I want to do that? Maybe the Kings, maybe just do that. Behind I had him ahead of Deontay George because, spoiler alert, I think the Jazz get their shit kicked in. And I have him ahead of Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
But I don't know, 20% isn't that bad, but it's like I don't want to be overweight Devin Booker. I don't think.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. It sounds like a mental tier break / name value tier break for you.
Kind of.
That's what it kind of sounds like, right? Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Second lowest total on the slate with the 223, but only 1 point favorites to the Sixers there. So could play tight at least, and the spread is indicating as such. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, man. Booker or bust here. I just think throwing Jalen Green into the equation kind of really cannibalizes the ceiling of everyone, and maybe even Booker to some extent, right? Like he's just a decently high usage guy who likes to play a little bit of ISO and get his. If we date back to the Rockets era of Jalen Green, it was like, the only guy calling Jalen Green's number was Jalen Green, and that's that's what he does.
Do you think he plays off the bench today?
I would assume so, but I don't know, man. When he was kind of like your prize acquisition piece in the deal, and you kind of want to be like, yo, this guy's back, and my instinct is yes, and they ramp him up and he plays like 20, but I haven't seen any nuggets on like if he's soft cap, if he's whatever. So I would imagine he's 6-man up is what it would be, and it would be a cap at 20, and they would kind of use him. I'm trying to think of a good comp from last week that was like a guard. But Sabonis would be like the lazy comp right now. But yeah.
Yeah, I think he comes off the bench too.
Yeah. Basically only Booker. A lot of words to say Booker, but if you had to pick a second Phoenix player to draft in the 6th round today, who would it be?
Brooks.
Okay. Yeah, I respect it. I think Gillespie's like fine for multiple categories, but he needs to close to like get the minutes to matter, and that's not a given. I don't know. Grayson can fill it up, but yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the Sixers side here, because a lot more pieces of that game are getting drafted. Embiid was getting drafted, at the 7-ish spot at times, and then was pushing like down in the quote unquote sharper rooms. But yeah, where are you at on Maxey? Because there's a pretty kind of like flat tier from 2 to 6, and you can kind of get Maxey every damn time if you want him. Is it something you want today?
Yes, I need more. I only have 9 Maxey shares out of 90. So, 10%. I need more. Where I have him ranked right now, or where I did have him ranked, I guess. Like I have him 5th.
Okay. So
there's some really good picks on the board, man.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It is big time, nice picks on the board there. Did you have Jamal over him and Wemby behind him as a hedge, or did you have?
I had Jamal ahead of him.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so you were team Jamal over Maxey. I was Maxey over Jamal, and I was actually playing it Luka, Harden, Maxey today.
I had it Luka, Harden, Wemby, Ant Murray.
Okay, cool. Yep. Sounds good. All entirely viable, and I think that's what makes this slate so fun. I was actually like a little scared that we might get a Harden Q tag after last night, but we did not. We staved that one. So at one point or another, I actually think I was taking Maxey at 2 for a couple runs there, but in my 30 drafts. All right, cool. Let's talk about the rest of the Sixers there. Do you think Paul George plays today? I mean, it does sound like, this was the hashtag plan, but to see the Q tag isn't overly encouraging. Do you want to be overweight, underweight, PG, Edgecombe, that tier?
I mean, I'm not going to draft Paul George.
Okay.
Personally,
capped at 30.
Fine pick, but yeah, I'm not doing it. Not for me. I'll draft Edgecombe. I'm on Edgecombe now that he's down. He's kind of off that heater, and now I'm chasing it, which is funny. But in the 6th round, man, I'll do some Edgecombe. He's gonna play it. He's gonna play a ton. So
yeah, use the young legs on a back-to-back. They're running way tighter right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, man. I was drafting a bunch of Edgecombe in the 6th round before I thought his price went up. I think he's a really strong bet for like 35 minutes tonight. Kelly Oubre in the same vein, 35, rejoined the starting lineup last night. Thoughts on Kelly Oubre?
I mean, I'm not like overly favorable on him tonight, but Yeah. He made a lot of sense yesterday. It's really
Sure.
just Maxey and a little bit of Edgecombe for me.
Okay, no Drummond for you, because the instinct from the pool is always, hey, Embiid's out, let's jam Drummond. Drummond goes from coach's DNP to now starting. We were on starters jersey watch yesterday, and it looked like Drummond was going to play and start. I don't know. Bona's been playing, off the bench and behind Embiid, but on the nights when Embiid's out, Drummond's been starting.
Drummond just is just not that guy anymore.
Sure.
He was early in the season, but there's no indication that he is that guy now. His props look terrible.
Okay, and he's going to get the small side of the 48 anyways, kind of vibe.
Agreed.
Yeah, and they also have Watford back too, so Watford could make it a 3-way split.
Yeah, it looks bad. It does look bad. Shout out Magikarp. He was trying to tell people in Discord, just showing the last popcorn machine of no Embiid, and it was bad, and and the props are backing it up today.
Cool. All right, dude. Let's move back and move on. Clippers and Bulls here. Big stuff here is the Kawhi out tag and then the Q tag on Josh Giddey, who's missed almost 3-ish weeks there. A 226.5 here. Pace up spot for the Clippers. Pace down for the Bulls there. 4 points by way of the Bulls on the road. Obviously, second night back-to-back for the Clippers. Clippers injury report is Cam Christie with the Q tag, and then the out tags we've grown accustomed to with Derek Jones, Kawhi Leonard, Bradley Beal, Bogdanovic. The Bulls side of things, we got out tag on Zach Collins still. We got an out tag on G Leaguers. We got Q tag on Patrick Williams, who can play some backup small ball 5, but probably wouldn't be the spot for it. Jalen Smith, aka Sticks, has been cooking, man. Really nice box scores in recent memory there. And then we got Giddey with that left hamstring strain with the Q tag. The pressing question here is, do you think Giddey plays basketball this evening? And do you think he matters?
I think he plays. I think he's fine in the late 6th. Is he okay? 26.5 PRA. Yeah, I mean, throw in a couple stocks here and there. I don't think he's gonna play that much.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna matter, but he could accumulate points, in a short amount of time based on his minutes.
Well, here, let me hit you with one here.
Yeah.
Ready? 16, 7-7, and 7-7 per 28 this season. So if you give him 28 minutes in a okay matchup, not a great matchup, not a good pace up spot or anything against the Clippers, but better when Kawhi's not there. If you get 16, 7, and 7 tonight in 28 minutes from Giddey, is it enough to win you the slate in the last round? Or would you rather play auxiliary pieces from somewhere else?
If you guarantee me 16, 7, and 7 from Giddey, I would have 50% Giddey.
That's what he averages per 28. So if you give him 28.
Yeah, I just say 28 is probably rich. I think you're probably looking at more like 22 to 24.
Okay. All right. Then would you rather have Kobe White with that?
Well, probably yes.
Okay. I am going to check out. I haven't looked at anything as I'm prone to do for the show, but I do really want to do this. Obviously, the unabated stuff isn't out yet, but some of the established run stuff will be out. I'm going to take a look at how many minutes they gave Josh Giddey today, because I am very curious on what that could potentially look like. Josh Giddey projected for 25 minutes, and they have him hedged as a starter. That sounds about right to me, but yeah. 25 as a base for Giddey in the last round.
It's really not that bad.
No, it's not. I think it's a very pivotal decision point on the slate. But yeah. Anything else that you're interested from on the Chicago side? Obviously, we like attacking Vooch, and we don't love, I don't think, in a vacuum playing Vooch against Zoobs, but it's going to project exactly at his ADP probably. It's just kind of evergreen that, hey, if you need 38 to 40 fantasy points, here's your guy with Vooch. they could run double big. Do you think they run double big? It's been their best lineup all year now. With Jalen Smith out there alongside Vooch, that kind of cannibalizes a little bit on the rebounding rate. Any interest in double big? Any interest in Vooch tonight?
I'm honestly not entirely sure what they'll run. But like, I'm not drafting Jalen Smith.
Sure.
And for Zoobs, or not for Zoobs, I Vooch rather. I'm not drafting a ton of Vooch either. I think with Giddey back, it really hurts his ceiling. Even just the small amount of Giddey that is there hurts his ceiling. And Kobe White is only getting healthier. The more bodies they have, the worse it gets for Vooch's ceiling, because he was really just like a usage merchant. He's not doing enough when they're healthy. So yeah, Vooch isn't a huge part of my portfolio this evening.
Aaron Gordon or Vooch tonight? They're 3 spots apart.
Aaron Gordon.
Okay, cool. All right, now I kind of get a gauge of where you're at. Rudy Gobert with Naz back or Vooch tonight?
Rudy.
Okay, revenge spot Rudy against Utah.
I mean, at cost, not like in a vacuum, but like at cost, like Rudy.
Oh, I meant in a vacuum, like 1-to-1. If you were going to rank it, because it's kind of that exact same range there. And I said earlier in the program that I think Rudy's kind of like a line in the sand. Maybe Nurk is now that line in the sand.
No, I think I would still put Vooch over Rudy.
Okay. Give it a refresh there to make sure we get Lowry out. Okay, cool. Clippers side, dude, we kind of had the Harden discussion. It sounds like you got Harden at 2 today. Harden over Wemby. Harden with a monster game yesterday against the lowly Wiz. Gets a pace-up spot here. Should be pretty good for him here. Could play 36 yet again. Thoughts and feelings on Harden and Vooch, and then if there's any other draftable piece.
Yeah, I love both these guys. Jesus Christ, dude. I can't. Why am I mixing up Zoobs and Vooch? It's not.
Dude, I think I just did it to you. I think I said Vooch too.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you're
setting me up. No, I don't. I did not have Harden 2 until later in the day. I had Wemby 2 for most of the day.
Sure.
So I'm at 17% James Harden. 35% Zoobs today.
Oh, wow. So you really like the spot.
I love the spot. I love the spot. And, it's just Zoobs has lost me a lot of money since he's came back. But today, I think this is like a classic spot where you just can't get scared.
Sure.
You just really cannot get scared.
Let's get ready.
And it's a great spot, and it's a great ADP on Zoobs. He's currently ADP 19 and a half, and he has one of his best prop lines I've seen all season on him, and it's the Bulls. He's playing 30 minutes. Sign me up. Like
38 in that overtime game against Toronto too.
Yeah.
Bullish. Nice.
Yeah. Give me some Zoobs tonight for sure.
Okay, cool. Respect it, my friend. Anybody else draftable? We talked about Jordan Miller and the box scores in recent memory. Filling up multiple categories, played 45 in the overtime game and closed. He's got some steal potential. He's got some damage when Harden's not on the floor, and he does a little bit of secondary lead handling. Just thoughts on Jordan Miller or anyone else?
Shout out Jordan Miller. He's balling. He's really balling. Nobody really knows what to do with him. There are no props listed for him. You can find him in the Pick'em lobby, but nobody else has anything listed for him. He's at 19.5 for Underdog. He's eclipsed that in his last 3 games. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it in the last round too, especially after he played 28 and everybody else played kind of full yesterday. You take a little bit of a load off Harden in the last round, and I wouldn't pair them together, but I would play him as a one-off in the last round kind of thing.
Yeah.
I got the comp. Here. It feels a little Peyton Watson-y, where it was like, we didn't know what to do with them. We didn't know how to project them. We think he's, playing above his skis. His efficiency is more than we think at this time. It's hard to project, but is there something here? Because we kind of like the player and we kind of like the role, but so it's really hard to project. So the hashtag models aren't going to tell you to get there, and they're probably just going to tell you that he's going to play 24 minutes tonight or whatever. But if you all of a sudden give him like 30, it's like, oh, okay, maybe here. Different archetypes of players, but just in terms of like how you project, it's a pretty tough one.
Right. Yeah, it is tough, but I kind of agree with what you're saying in terms of just like, believing in something and not,
Yeah.
like not waiting for permission to do it and just
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Believe it in something. I was looking for one little split stat, but whatever, it's not relevant. Click on his name once or twice or don't. Like it's kind of just like fine,
It's fine.
Yeah. All right, dude. Next game on the slate. Lowest total on the slate here in Spurs and Rockets. Both teams on the back-to-back here. This game is nationally televised this evening here. Lowest total 221, 4 by way of the Rockets. Two top 10 defensive teams in net rating. We got Sengun with a pretty high ADP there. You got the Wemby decision at like the 102 range there. I am just confirming that we haven't got official anything yet. Let's see here. 3:15 Eastern. We have the Spurs filing, and so we know Wemby is going to play basketball tonight. No Q tag Wemby, so that's bullish there to start things off. But yeah, we know this team runs like 11, 12 deep every single night, and now you're dealing with some tough wing defenders. Rockets, one of the slowest teams in basketball. Spurs as a mid-pace kind of team here. It's all reflected in the total. Good basketball game to watch tonight. Not sure how much fantasy shit I want from it. Let me talk about the injury report right quick. Devin Vassell still out for the Spurs, and then the rest is G Leaguers. And then on the Rockets side, Steven Adams not available this evening, so some of that double big could go away or will go away maybe. And then Tari Eason has the Q tag here. Tari hasn't played in the last 5, if memory serves, something like that. So thoughts here.
Yeah, for me, I have a lot of the big three for Houston.
Sure.
KD 23%, 26%, Amen 23%, and Sengun at 19%. All three of these guys are playing big time minutes. They are not leaving the floor because they really can't. And these two teams, Houston and San Antonio, have a little bit of bad blood. They have just like not been friendly with one another since Wemby was drafted because he was excited to not go to Houston, and they took that personally, and they continue to take that personally. Nice. So this is definitely fun in that regard.
Big standings game too. Yeah. Second in the West versus fifth in the West. Some ground to make up there for the Rockets to pull up to 3. They're kind of like 3 games back of the Nuggets there. So big standings game. Yeah,
for sure. The Rockets, God, man, the Rockets are just like really, really struggling right now. It's kind of interesting. Like, I don't really quite have the answer other than like if Kevin Durant is your best player, that's probably not good because he's so old. It's kind of weird that they seem to be struggling as much as they are against like bad teams. Like they keep losing to bad teams.
Yeah, they lost the Kings last week. They went through that 3-game stretch where they lost to, who'd they lose to? The Kings, the Blazers twice. They lost to the Mavericks in like that 4 out of 5 run there.
Yeah, really, really bad stuff. Just to be very blunt, they're not rebounding nearly as well as they were to last year right now. But I still think that they're a good team. So
they play so effing slow that it's hard for like 3 guys to get home. It's like hard for 2 guys to get home. Like I wouldn't be pairing these guys together. I would just like pair your favorite, or I would just pick your favorite spot on the day. And like it sounds like you're more on the handling guys than the Sengun versus Wemby side, right?
Well, Sengun is just like, he's expensive. I can't like
Sure.
get overweight Sengun without like sacrificing a ton of, a ton of somebody else.
Sure. Okay.
KD and Ahmed, I'm just like drafting them at ADP really, and getting a lot of them.
Are we both dying on the hill of? Sorry. Are we both dying on the hill of Scotty and LeBron over Sengun tonight?
Right now I have Sengun over Scotty.
Okay. All right.
But I have a lot of Scotty.
Yeah. I was just curious, like, maybe you just haven't rolled a lot of that draft position or whatever.
I had KD over LeBron.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
You like the KD like matchup?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I still continue to take players against the Spurs, but I know that they're a good team. And I know they're not like awesome for fantasy, but they still profile to me as a team to like take players in their matchups. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not I'm just like not being fearful of the Spurs defense right now. So and all three of these guys are usage monsters. The only other thing I'll say about the Rockets, I haven't done it yet, but Jabari Smith is tempting.
In the 6th round there.
Correct.
Do you like Jabari if Tari plays, though?
Yeah, because Tari probably won't even eclipse 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, you think Tari will just like – do you think Tari draws in? Like, I think Tari starts, but I don't know.
Yeah, he might.
Right ankle sprain, 5 games. I mean, he's a fucking Band-Aid. Like, he just can't stay on the floor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree with you on the minute stuff. I'm just wondering if, like, the overlap in him starting cannibalizes at all, because we know Tari's a rates guy, right?
Yeah. He definitely does do like he is like a Jabari Smith like replace. You know what I mean? Like they don't sync well together.
Yeah, that's a big lineup without running double big. You know what I mean?
I mean they're massive.
Almond, Tari, Jabari, KD, and Sengun. Like that's a big fucking lineup without running double big. That's crazy. I know. Yeah,
it is crazy.
Yeah, I think I like Jabari more, and we might not have this information, but it is earlier in the slate. But I think I like Jabari more if Tari sits, right? Like just Then you probably bring in like Josh Okogie, and Josh Okogie's not like a rates guy, and then what are you dealing with off the bench? Like JD Davison cuts in a little bit, or I don't know, man. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the Spurs side here. Are you Wemby at 2 now that we officially know he's in, or do you still prefer, Harden, Maxey, etc.?
I have like 20% Wemby. I put Harden over Wemby now. And I think I'm just going to leave Wemby at 3. Okay.
I respect it. Like, Wemby can kill you in 27 minutes, but man, it's just, even when he's been starting, the ceiling is 30, right? And it was in that Minnesota game where you have to play big, right?
Right. And thankfully you do have to play big against Houston.
Good point. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
But like Maxey just like has these explosive ass games. Like,
yeah, it's interesting because Maxey's become the stocks guy, and Wemby has seen a little bit of a downtick in the stocks department recently. All we need is for that to flip, because Maxey, what was it, 28, 8, and 8 last night, but the 8 was steals. Like it was crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
No, 9. 8 steals. Yeah, not with a block.
Right. Unbelievable. 9 stocks last night. Unbelievable. It's a really tough, fun tier there, but there's enough ceiling there that you can compete with the Luka teams, regardless of who you pick, which is a nice dynamic for the slate tonight. I think Castle's gonna get when you look at the hashtag models, the Castles and Fox gap is always closer than they're indicated by ADP. which leads a lot of people to not taking Fox. Are you in the Fox camp today? Like, we talk about Amon's defense. We talk about the on ball of Amon. Amon hasn't been quote unquote that tough this year. Maybe it's just my eye test. Maybe it's whatever. But when you're getting cooked by Trey Jones in 22 minutes, 23 minutes of Trey Jones, I'm starting to perk up and be like, hey, is he having a bad night or is he having a bad year here? So I don't know. What do you think about the handling of Fox tonight? Do you prefer Castle? What do you like?
No, I don't. I do not draft a lot of Fox.
Okay.
I mean, the 23 ADP for De'Aaron Fox, I just think is crazy.
Yeah.
I think I prefer Castle straight up.
Okay.
I have a ton of Steph Castle.
Mm-hmm.
He's my third highest drafted player. 33% Steph Castle tonight.
Pretty good indication there. So you think he's just underrated relative to the talent, right? Like it's just kind of like the role's pretty secure. The minutes are nice. He's got ceiling. He's just, underrepresented right now relative to the players he goes around.
Yeah. He's just like a better pick than Fox. Like,
right.
He big time assists numbers. Occasionally, throws in some boards and stocks in there as well. Like, just a really, really good pick at ADP 33. Like 6-round Steph Castle is like the nuts.
Okay. Sure. Anybody else that you like here, dude? Like, I mean, we talk about it over and over again. Like, even without Vassell, like they're still running like 12 deep every night, like 11 deep, sort of like this. They were pretty condensed until garbage time, but even like first half rotations for like Lindy Waters and Kelly Olynyk. Like it's just like I don't know, man. Like it's really hard to get excited about like auxiliary Spurs in the lowest total game on the slate because it's like I don't know. Keldon comes off the bench tonight and shoots them back into a game and puts up 18 points. Sure. Champagne gets hot in the first unit. Sure. Harrison Barnes puts up 22 tonight all of a sudden. Sure. Like I don't have like an answer,
No, the answer is none of those guys.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on. All right, dude, let's talk about the T-Wolves and the Jazz here. You're pretty outspoken about the T-Wolves thing, but it is the highest total on the slate here with the 242.5. It's official. We're not going to get Lauri Markkanen with the injury designate or with the illness designation. Rather, looks like G Leaguer's out. Kevin Love is out on the back-to-back with the rest. Walker Kessler's done for the year. George Niang hasn't played basketball yet. Bryce Sensabaugh gets ruled out with an illness as well. So it looks like maybe something going through the locker room there, or just fuck Will Hardy. And Will Hardy is full of shit. Got an evergreen around here. You sounded like you were pretty bearish on the Jazz stuff early in the program. So we'll talk about that. And then on the T-Wolf side there, Naz Reid got banged up with the left shoulder, made him leave the game, did not return, but he's already been listed available for this one. So looking pretty clean on the T-Wolf side there, despite no Terrence Shannon Jr. still there. So yeah, thoughts on what we're doing with this Jazz and T-Wolves, the highest total on the slate, but also 14 points to the T-Wolves, dude.
Yeah, I don't even think that's big enough.
Ooh, spicy Margs. Okay.
I mean, the Jazz have no interest in winning games. They have no interest in playing good players. They are fully checked out, and they know it. Who on this Jazz team is keeping this game close? We're talking about Western Conference, contenders here, year over year in Minnesota, full health. Coming in, ready to kick ass against this Jazz team, man. Fuck the Jazz. I can't stand them. Obviously, there's some bias here, right? I've been burnt terribly by my good friend, Nurk, thanks to the Antichrist of Will Hardy. Mm-hmm. I love Keontae George as a player. There is a very strong chance Keontae George is the worst pick on the board tonight, just because this game is ridiculously non-competitive.
Okay.
I don't know how this game is a competitive game. These teams are stratospheres apart.
Respect the take, dude. Respect the take fully. The one thing I'll push back on, just to be devil's advocate, not that I disagree with you in any regard, is just if I was playing an Ant ceiling game in the first round, I don't mind pairing it with Keynote in the third round, because if the game stays a little bit closer, that's how he reaches ceiling. So it's kind of like a push-pull of like, for full ceiling Ant tonight, we want 38 minutes from him. I don't think it's very likely. Could he do enough in 33 to break the slate for you in a lowly matchup with the Jazz? Absolutely. But if he does get that upper echelon 38, like, Keynote's probably coming along for the ride for 36 and keeping this game within 10 or something like that. So that would be the only wrinkle, is if I am building like Ant ceiling team from Ant at like pick 4, I don't mind taking him at like whatever, pick 18 or 17 for that dynamic. But outside of that, man, I agree with you, man. This is, the Jazz are a full redacted team site, or like team play tonight.
Yes. Yeah. You get those cheap minutes.
Yeah.
Jam them in. Yeah. Get your stars around them. 100%. Like, get your Filipowski, get all that shit.
Yeah. If you are playing the salary based games, this is where you go. We're not going here tonight. Here's the wrinkle with Nurk, dude. Nurk has been coach's decision, DNP, with the toe injury that was listed back in the day, then one wasn't listed, blah, 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 multiple times this season. We've dealt with this bullshit where then he's on the injury report, then he's off the injury report, then he's listed available, and then he doesn't play. Tonight, you are not going to get bailed out if Nurk is a coach's decision DNP tonight. You're not getting bailed out, because this game tips at 9 o'clock Eastern. The last 3 games tip at 10. And for you to get a swap, this game has to conclude. This game is not going to conclude. I am kind of in the camp of Nurk being A, tough matchup, B, awful spread, and C, random variance that he could be a coach's decision, that even though he's been listed available right now, I'm still not really enthused to play Nurk.
I mean, absolutely not. We get the notification on our phones that he's available to play. I haven't seen any beat writers say that Will Hardy said that he's going to play.
Sure. Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Nobody, like what job are they doing over there? I'm not sure. I'm not saying that means he's not going to play. I'm just saying, like, there is no, like, yes, we heard that, like, Yusuf Nurkic is starting tonight. Right. I don't want to draft Nurkic, and I'm not going to draft them, but, like, it's the same thesis where, like, if you are drafting, you know, a lot of T-Wolves, you need this game to remain somewhat competitive.
Right.
For sure. So, yeah, all that being said, man, I'm extremely light Keynote. I have, like, no Nurkic. I have some Laurie swaps to make, whatever. And I think as far as Minnesota goes, I've got a lot of Rudy. Just because I think Rudy isn't necessarily somebody that I worry about in a game script. Like, you know, he can do a lot in a little. I'm like at the field on Ant, a little underweight Randall.
Of that tier behind Randall, do you like Almond more? Is that what's letting you get less Randall?
Let me confirm that for you.
Sure.
Randall, I mean, I just moved him like ahead of Steph, like just to get a little bit of Randall there, but I had Steph ahead of Randall, so people were just like really, really into Julius Randle, I suppose.
Okay.
Shout out to Chad. He shot me a DM. Andy Larson, a guy that I follow, but I didn't see this tweet. A reply to somebody saying, "I know you're not Will Hardy, but do you think Nurk plays tonight?" I would guess yes, but I don't know. Well, thanks a lot, dude. How about you ask some fucking questions? Do your job. Do your job.
Oh man, that's crazy. Anybody else Minnesota related? Like, do you like the idea of getting to Naz Reid tonight? I mean, banged up off the shoulder. Maybe they need a little bit of size here, but maybe he just reverts back to, you know, some of those like mid to high 20s. Now that Gobert's back, when we were jamming him, it was because Gobert was suspended, right? He was suspended for the one game or whatever. Right. Yeah. And then Yeah, and then when we were jamming like auxiliary guys like Dante and Jaden McDaniels playing big minutes here. When we were jamming those guys, it was when Ant was out. So I don't know, man. Auxiliary Utah auxiliary T Wolves in the highest total game in a plus matchup here, or is it just like, man, I think everyone's going to play 28 and they're going to blow the doors off of them, and nobody has a meaningful score for the slate?
Well, the late round guys can make more sense.
Okay.
I think where like,
Sure.
hey, if you one of these guys gets hot, I'm not saying they're going to stay in and just continue to let them light them on fire, but like there's a chance that like Dante, like one of those last three guys, Nas, Jaden, or Dante end up having great games just because like they're playing the Jazz.
Right.
And like and Ant doesn't have to do as much because he's already missed games for injury maintenance, and Randall, already plays a ton. So they let these guys cook a little bit.
Okay.
I could totally see that. Like Dante is a pretty good projection.
Okay.
Right now, which I would maybe like it more if he was a little under the radar, but I could see that happening.
Okay. Yeah, I respect it, dude. Garbage time run, Bones, baby. Give me 22 minutes of Bones tonight.
There you go.
Not draftable, but give me 22 to 25 minutes of garbage time, Bones just cooking Cody Williams, man. Give me that Bones smoke in the last round there for the pick'em lobbies. Not for our game though. All right, dude. Pretty good synopsis there. There was a question in the chat there from our guy Eggers asking if you go to swap for the Lowry stuff. Are you going to swap to anything Utah? I think I know your answer.
Probably not.
Yeah. And we're going to be swapping at the start of the slate, so we're not going to have their starting lineup. So you're not even going to know if like, hey, we could play. I don't even fucking know. Who cares? I don't know. Like they've done like the Nurk plus Fee plus Cody Williams thing. They did the Filipowski plus Collier plus Cody Williams on the coach's decision DNPs for Nurk. I want no part of it. Fuck the Jazz. All right, dude. Last three games on the slate are in the late night window. They're that 10 p.m. Lakers and Nuggets. These are two of the teams not on back-to-backs, so pretty clean stuff except for probable tags to talk about. But 227 here, 2.5 by way of the Lakers, moving to altitude in Denver there. The aforementioned probable let me talk with the Lakers first. We have no Austin Reeves. He is still out for them there, but everything else, there's no other listings there. So they are full outside of Austin Reeves. Ayton had a really nice game the other night there. I think it was Sunday night, I believe. Really nice game there. And then on the Nuggets side, obviously still no Joker here, but probable tags for Jamal Murray, which is kind of interesting. I'll get there in a second. And then Tim Hardaway Jr. and Aaron Gordon with the probable tags. No Christian Brown, no Cam Johnson still here. And then G Leaguers listed out. Also no Jonas Valanciunas, who's been out for a bit as well. So the reason I went Windhursts on the Jamal Murray one is just to note that he's been dealing with the illness and he's been dealing with the left ankle. And now this is a left knee. So dude's been battling. A good Canadian kid is just out there playing 38 a night and it doesn't even matter. But just interesting that it is a different listing than it previously was there. Let's have the Nuggets conversation first, Nez, because I think you were a little bullish on Jamal this evening.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really to worry about, in my opinion, as far as Jamal goes here. It sounded like you might have something to talk me off of that. But
no,
Jamal
I was
Murray's
just
been
noting
that guy.
The designation being different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray has been that guy, and not single-handedly because Peyton Watson is playing really good basketball, and so is Aaron Gordon. But like it's really been Murray and Watson doing a ton, and shout out Jalen Pickett as well. But like those two guys are just like putting this team on their back, and they've hardly wavered since they've lost Jokic. Like this is really, really impressive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how Jamal Murray isn't cooking tonight. He is a priority pick. And I want a lot of Jamal Murray in my lineups tonight. I mean, as far as like Nuggets go, man, I've got 24% Jamal, 21% Aaron Gordon, and 18% Peyton Watson. Like, really, really into these guys tonight.
Love it, dude. Yeah, respect the take, respect where you're at on it. Let's talk about the starting lineup for a half second. They've been doing like the quote unquote small ball five with Aaron Gordon at the five there. Aaron Gordon's still kind of like soft capped at like the 30. He did get up to 31 or 32 when he was D'ing up on Giannis there, and Giannis pushed over the 30. Question in the chat for us was, do you think Watson or Gordon has the bigger ceiling, the higher upside this evening there? By your exposures, it sounds like you're on the Gordon side of that, but any worry about like, hey man, can't play center against Ayton and they gotta, shift some stuff up and get some bigger bodies out there. Maybe he has to guard, LeBron with the length or something like that. Any thoughts on, the Gordon versus the Payton stuff?
I mean, I was just kind of, I think who's got let me look at these ADPs because that might explain these. Yeah, I mean, like Gordon and I guess Watson are way closer than I expected at ADP. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of just playing the PRA game there and taking Gordon ahead of Watson. But yeah, I mean, not wrong in terms of like who has the tougher assignment on them. Like Aaron Gordon's assignment is going to be way tougher.
Okay. We have Warrior stuff rolling in right now, and kind of just as expected thus far. We'll get to that when the game goes in a second, but you guys heard it here first already with the Horford out and then Draymond Q tag, so we kind of already know what we're working with there. But yeah, man, I think the minutes are safer with Peyton Watson. The efficiency kind of like drops a little bit, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, those 50s and 40s that we were getting turn into 25s and 34s and 25s, and he always has a tough defensive assignment. But actually, that's true of both of these guys. They always kind of both of them draw the two toughest defensive assignments. I like your stance on being overweight, Jamal. I think he goes tonight. This is the second of the nationally televised coast to coast games. I think Jamal wants that smoke on Natty TV to just keep solidifying and fortifying how effing good he has been. But yeah, it's just noteworthy that they got blown out last game, and then he was a little banged up, and that's why the minutes were down in the Hornets game. I think they were trailing like 20 at the start of the fourth, and then they just kind of like shelved it from there on out. I think Jamal's good to go tonight. I'm excited to play Jamal in tandem with what you said. Just wanted to point out the designation. I don't think I would go beyond this. The only thing I would consider is like a Jalen Pickett swap if Jamal ended out, but even that's probably a bridge too far on this slate.
Okay, yeah, Jalen Pickett. Yeah, if something were to happen, would definitely be of interest. But yeah, at this point, it's just the big three there for Denver.
Sounds good, man. Lakers, man, as I said, Ayton had a really nice game there. I saw some notes about making NBA history, blah, blah, blah. But I think the big three last time out combined for 78. I don't know. I can't do math that fast, but it was about 78 real life basketball points because we got 25, 24, and 25. So what was that? 74 real life basketball points from Luka, LeBron, and Ayton last time out. Any one you like here more or less, or mainly just Luka's the 1-1, but thoughts on LeBron and Ayton, or if you can get to anybody else?
I only have 7 shares of LeBron right now.
Okay.
I guess it's like a Kevin Durant thing for me, since they're like they go right beside each other. So I might flip LeBron there to get a little bit more. I don't want to be like that low on LeBron. Ayton, I only have 8% Ayton as well. I've got him like behind Castle and Edgecombe.
Okay.
So I'll probably make some changes there. I don't want to be that light on DeAndre Ayton. But he's a tricky one to figure out, but I think he's in a good spot. So I'm going to get a little bit more DeAndre Ayton in my life based on like doing some analysis on those exposures for sure. Good price, like 6th round DeAndre Ayton. I mean, he's probably more of a 5th round pick at this point, but pick ADP 32 is pretty nice for DeAndre Ayton tonight. Yeah,
no, I respect that for sure, especially if they go a little bit smaller. But like, even if he gets like Zeke Naji or something off the bench for a bit there, like, yeah, I think that would be nice. I think the DeRon Holmes experiment's over, but yeah, it'd be a nice little matchup for him to run with the second unit. against Zeke Najee. I would like that. Interesting little narrative street from Nick here. LeBron revenge game. He has the first time he hasn't been voted as a starter in the All-Star game in like damn near 20 years or whatever. A little revenge there. Ant's got a little bit of revenge in his heart tonight too for not being voted an All-Star starter as well. Eggers, I have no idea what you're talking about, but this is uncalled for. Uncalled for.
Just because you were talking about taking Bones Highland.
Well, that was bid equity. I love Bones Highland. I love garbage time Bones. I love him so much. Yeah, one last nugget is just when they were playing close and competitive down the stretch against the Raptors last time out, that it was Vanderbilt who like kind of really ramped up and ran alongside the starters, and they cut LaRavia. So maybe the LaRavia minute ceiling that we saw in the past isn't as safe as it once was. We're just seeing, those 35s, those 37s once Reeves was out, and now all of a sudden they're trickling back down. So it's really only just 3 guys on the Lakers that we can play, and you're getting a nice little discount on Ayton in the last round tonight. Next game up, dude, Raptors and Warriors here, 3.5 by way of the Warriors. Another lowish middling total here with the 224.5. Jimmy Butler presumably done for the year there. Was that official this morning? I just kind of assumed it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Jimmy Butler is going to be out, and we just got the Warriors dump right now. So Jimmy Butler out there, Seth Curry out, not Steph. Questionable tag on Draymond, who was a late downgrade yesterday and then didn't play there. Al Horford is out. Will Richard has a questionable tag there, and Guy Santos has a questionable tag. So a little bit thinner at the big position there with no Horford and Santos with the Q tag there, and Draymond with the Q tag. Could see some more starting Quentin Post and decent minutes from him. I don't know, man. It's got to be about time that Kuminga comes back into our lives tonight. Melton didn't play yesterday, and presumably will be back in there today too. So they might need some more scoring because of life without Jimmy Butler. So life without Jimmy Butler starts today, and I don't know, people are going to be excited to take Steph like decently high here, especially with IQ chasing him around on the other side there. Yeah, I don't know, man. People will be excited. Maybe some pods in the last round there because he had some nice box scores going in recent memory. So we'll talk through those dynamics. And then the Raptors side, no G Leaguers here in Chucky Hepburn, and then out tags on Jacoby Walter, Jakob Poeltl. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. That was my one every single time. I always get it right. Colin Murray Boyles is out here as well, and RJ Barrett. So things getting way more condensed on the Raptors side. Front end back-to-back for both these teams, I believe, or at least the Raptors. I will double check my math. Double checking just the Raptors front end back-to-back. So nothing tomorrow for the Lakers there. Let's talk about the Raptors, dude.
Yeah. For me, it's Scotty. It's Ingram and IQ. I need more Brandon Ingram. I'm usually overweight Brandon Ingram, but right now I had Devin Booker over him, but definitely going to shuffle that around for the rest of the day and get a little bit more of him. Given the fact that, they're missing so many bodies, I think that bodes well. No Jimmy Butler, I think bodes well for him as well. So, yeah, give me some Brandon Ingram tonight and at Golden State. Scotty, I have him. I don't know that I had him behind Şengün, and I was already getting a lot, so I'll probably just keep him there.
Okay.
Yeah, just like for me, just like being the PRA guy, Scotty coming in at 34.5 PRA is good for Scotty, so that like kind of jumped out to me. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. And like I'm like like I said, I got some IQ. I think I have like 12% IQ. Like he's always going to project really well. I'm like, I don't know that we're getting an IQ ceiling game here.
Sure.
He's still sort of fresh off of the injury question mark.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the second game back from missing 2 games here. Yeah, dude. I'm just like not really into IQ that much. Like he's a projection darling. Everybody's going to be taking him in the 6th round. Like pick 36. Yeah, sure. But he's fine is what it is. Are you going to take your guy Mamu?
I don't know. I think I took him once this morning here. I think it's a nice little hedge off of the IQ stuff. But my next question was going to be to you: do you think we see, you can play small. You can play small against the Warriors. Can you play small ball 5 with Scotty?
Probably.
Yeah, I like Scotty tonight, man. I like Scotty.
Me
If
too.
you think you can play small ball 5 with Scotty, the Sandro pick is probably not the greatest thing in the world. I don't know. I don't know how we get more than 26 minutes of Sandro tonight, and maybe that's enough in like a decent matchup. But it's a good little hedge off of like if everyone's going to draft IQ at 100% frequency, that you just take Sandro instead and like see what happens. But when Colin Murray-Boyles went out last game, like it wasn't a 1-for-1 that like Sandro ate all those minutes. Like Sandro was coming back from his own missed time there. I think he missed, let's see here. Oh, it's just one game. Okay. But he still got up to 24 and you saw a little bit of ceiling against the Lakers there. That's kind of nice. But I don't know, man. Like they could go like Jonathan Mobo and Sandro and like split the 48 at center there, or you could play like smaller and put Scotty out there and then start like Ojiak Baji. Grady Dick had a little bit of ceiling off the bench like a couple weeks ago. What was that? Last week there where he was playing 30 and 27 and then he got cut again. I don't know. I'm going to look it up right now what the ETR guys think in terms of lineup, and I'm going to look up what Fam has in the Discord. ETR has Scotty, BI, Quickly, Sandro, and Shed. I think that would be like kind of like the chalk, and that's what I would kind of go with. It looks like Fam has way too early considerations. They have Akbaji in there again ahead of Shed with Mamu in for Colin Murray-Boyles. So they have it IQ, Akbaji, Ingram, Barnes, and Mamu. So both sites have Mamu starting. I don't know, man. If you get 30 from Mamu or 28 from Mamu, it's a really good play in the last round, I think, especially if everyone's going to be taking IQ because of the projection.
Yeah, I think like Mamu's a pretty nice leverage play over IQ if everybody's going the IQ route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think.
All right.
Yeah,
do you think they start
Mamu's
post on the other side?
They
started post. Yeah, they started post last night. They like Melton off the bench for sure.
Yeah, I think post is starting. Oh shoot! Did I lose John? Anybody else lose John? Let me check YouTube. Yep. Rip. Okay. Where were we? Talking about Warriors. Pods. Here comes John. Well, there he is. Okay.
That was weird. I think the X machine just exploded and we lost half our audience on the X machine. And then I had to cut the X machine out and now we're good.
Huh.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with it wasn't me, it was like an error thing.
It was of course not you.
Yeah.
Never blame
you. Couldn't be me. All right. Oh, it looks like X machine came back. All right, I think we're good now. My apologies, guys. There, I don't know. Something happened on the StreamYard side.
We're in.
Okay, we're good. We're back. All right, we were talking Warriors side here. Anything other than Steph?
I'm not doing any pods.
No.
I get it if you want to. I get it, but I'm not doing it. And I'm not really doing much Draymond either. It's just
Yeah.
Steph for me.
Yeah, I'm okay with pods in the last round. The minutes could be really big, especially on the back-to-back here. Like, he's only been hitting like these 20s, but now all of a sudden you deal with life without JB, and he's just got to take on, I don't know why I said JB, life without Jimmy Buckets there, and you got to take on, a larger role across multiple categories. They love D'Anthony Melton. It's more of like a showdown and late slate only play. But like, man, Melton's got some ceiling in him if those minutes expand, and he didn't play last night. Yeah, I don't know, man. They still find a way, even though you take the high usage of Jimmy Butler out of the equation, they still find a way to play like 12 deep here. I want to say this. I really want to talk about Kuminga. I really want to just be like, dude, you finally just have to like start Kuminga tonight. He could be a 0, like coach's decision DNP, as he has been, or he could start tonight and play 28. Neither would surprise me. But I think he's still like just full-fledged doghouse with Kerr, man.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, man, like it perfectly articulated by Magikarp, like real friendly fantasy team and coach the Warriors got there. It's like, it's just like, it's like dealing with the Suns conversation, but 100 times worse. At least we know Steph has ceiling though.
Yeah, we do know Steph has ceiling, but yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know, maybe I need to get some Pajemski, but like, I don't know, man. Like it's not standing out to me when I look at everything today. Like maybe he's a take every now and then in the 6th round guy. I don't think he's a jam.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Fam has it that they think Will Richard will jump into the starting lineup tonight, and it will be the same as last night otherwise, provided Draymond can go. So it'll be Curry, Draymond, Moses Moody, Post, and Will Richard. So Pods in that scenario is still only playing like 28 off the bench kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. All right, dude. I think it's just Steph, and then if you want to sprinkle a Pods in the last round, I think Melton for ceiling is fun as like a one-off one time, but the minutes are probably not going to be there. It's just, as Magikarp said in the chat, like it's just not fantasy friendly. But you want to talk about the opposite of fantasy friendly? Is Mobley unplayable to you? Troy's asking. Sorry, Moses Moody. Fuck. Wow, man, I'm losing today.
I'm not playing Moody on Underdog.
No. Yeah, he'd have to hit 10 threes.
Yeah. No, yeah. Sorry, Troy.
Yeah. Back to the beautiful unabated interface here. Kings and Heat, last game on the slate, fantasy friendly because the Heat are the fastest team in all of the world. The Kings have been playing some better inspired basketball as of late, and then they got Sabonis back as well there, though he has not been playing full off the bench. It's kind of hard to tell where the minutes are going to go. We'll talk about that in a half second. But the Heat as 3.5-point favorites on the second night of a back-to-back here in this one. Heat have still not filed. So we know there's going to be no Tyler Hero. But outside of that, we're not sure. The real JJJ, a.k.a. Jaime Jaquez Jr., played like 28 last night, I believe. 25 last night after missing 2 games. So who knows about his availability on a back-to-back there. Norm Powell is kind of like screaming up draft boards because he's played 30-plus in 4 straight since missing time there. So maybe there's something to be excited about on that side. We'll talk through all those dynamics. And then on the Kings side, we have an injury report already, and it's out tags on the G Leaguers and then out tags on Keegan Murray, who is missing multiple weeks here and been missing for multiple weeks here. So talk me through this one, because I think it's a really interesting game where it's the highest total on the slate, Nez, but nobody gets drafted in like the first 2 rounds. So what are we doing with this one?
Well, I'm drafting Norm Powell.
Okay.
I have Norm Powell on half my teams.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're real bullish on Norm Powell playing basketball this evening, playing north of 30 minutes, and being in a smash spot.
Correct. Norm Powell gets the anti-Karl Anthony Towns treatment, where he opens up on the slate with a terrible projection and never gets drafted high enough because he starts really low in the base ADP.
Sure.
And and then he's just like way too cheap. He opened at like ADP like 31. Just like a no-brainer pick without Tyler Hero, man. He is like the primary scorer for the Miami Heat. He wants to be an all-star reserve. He might have that on lock based on the way these all-star teams are shaping up. I mean, he might as well just be a starter.
They need you know what the Eastern Conference really needs? A ninth guard on that team. That's what they really
they do. Add another one. Who cares? Yeah, I mean, like as far as the rest of the Miami Heat go, I mean, Jesus Christ, I cannot spell. I'm at the field on Bam, 18% Bam. Kind of hate it, but I get it. And then, yeah, like I said, I literally have 50% Norm Powell tonight.
Okay, wow. Okay, so there's the stance. Norm Powell, 50%. Nez was chasing him up the board. Do the hashtag models agree with you? I imagine they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That tier that Bam's in, you're taking Bam over George. Are you taking him over Amen?
No.
Are you taking him over BI?
I was.
Okay. All right. I respect it. I mean, Sabonis traditionally like a decently soft matchup, but you're only going to get probably 20 minutes of Sabonis unless you think he starts tonight, which would be kind of bullish there. Might have to be on starter's jersey watch for that one. Shout out to Mike Gallagher. Yeah, anybody else here that you like? You know, like Wiggins in the last round. You like the matchup for him. Davion had the probable tag. So probable tag yesterday, guys. So Windhurst up for last game on the slate. Still haven't submitted an injury report here. Windhurst up for the probable guys yesterday who had missed time before. So Davion Mitchell missed 2 games, then played 25 last night. The reason the minutes were tracking a little bit lighter last night is they got blown out at the tail end of that one by the Warriors. So there was garbage time for, I think, the last 6 minutes. Not quite. Last 4 minutes was garbage time. But yeah, Nikola Jovic didn't play until garbage time. Drew Smith didn't play until garbage time. Simone Fontecchio was 7th man up and played 26 last night. Ware was like the 8th guy up and played 18 minutes. Nick thinks there's a Q tag coming in for Ware this evening. I don't know. What do you think, dude?
Yeah, I really like Wiggins in the 6th.
Okay.
It's like a mix in for, pick 36 there, pick 35, depending on who's around there.
Sure.
No Davion Mitchell, and Jaime and Wiggins, I think, are pretty similar bets. But I like both Wiggins and Jaime in the 6th quite a bit. Okay.
All right. Oh, it came in already. Okay, we just got a Q tag. Oh, we just got an update. All right, cool. We got a Ware Q tag coming in. We got Herb Jones for tomorrow's Dog Bowl slate coming in. I'm going to take a look and see if that means they officially filed at the 4 p.m. window or if that was just a one-off. The Heat have officially filed. Perfect timing. Great job, Heat. Tyler Hero is out. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is available. Nikola Jovic is available. Pele Larson available. Davion Mitchell available. Terry Rozier out for obvious reasons. And then Khalil Ware Q tag. So the Khalil Ware Q tag is interesting because you take away, 18 minutes of backup 5 run. It takes away the potential of running the double big lineup, which means, you're going to have some backup 5 stuff and Bam could play a boatload tonight. Okay. Makes Bam more palatable this evening.
Yeah, that definitely helps a lot. Like that actually, that makes me want to get to more Bam, which I hate saying.
Right. Yeah. Famous last words. Never Bam, but sometimes Bam. Yeah, not interested in Pele Larson. That's a redacted play. Yeah, I don't think I'm really interested in anything else here, but I am bullish now that we got availability that like the pivot off of chasing Norm up the board and Norm going every single time in the 5th round is that you get some Wiggins and Jaime in your life in the last round.
Yeah, I think those 2 are really good 6th-round picks.
All right, sounds good. And now we move on to the Sacramento Queens. Kings on the other side here with Westbrook, aka Westbrook. and then DeMar DeRozan going in the middle rounds there. Do you have a lean between those two? Do you like and or love either of them? And then we will have the last round Sabonis debate.
Yeah, I mean, these are tough clicks for me. In terms of like I have 17% Westbrook.
Okay.
Because, Westbrook's a lot of fun and he hits ceiling more often than DeRozan, but like they're not that different.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
But
they
like
kind of ping pong who hits ceiling, and we saw that last week.
Yeah, and like I only have like one share of DeRozan, and I want more than one share of DeMar DeRozan, but that's just like where I'm sitting right now with this. How am I going to get more DeRozan? I guess. All right. I'm just trying to fix these ranks because I want more than one share of DeRozan. This is a really fun game, man. This is a really fun game. Mm-hmm. And like you said, I think there's a big time question mark in terms of like Sabonis. Like, does he start? I mean, Sabonis might be like the swap right now for Laurie.
Okay. Yeah.
As of right now, I think he's like my swap.
Okay. Yeah, there's extreme volatility in it, and that's a starter's jersey watch conversation here because since being back, he has played 21 in the first game against the Wiz, and then he played 19 against Portland. So it does kind of look like soft cap 20 here. Obviously played much better against the Wizards in the SAR spot than against the Klingon spot here in the Portland game. I'm pulling up the time machine here on the Portland stuff, and let's see here. We had a game where Klingon played 37 against them. City Sissoko played 34. So those are some pretty big bodies banging with him. They started the Maxime Renault lineup, and they started Precious Achiuwa because they just love the dude. But then they cut Precious halfway through the third, and he only played 17 minutes on the game. And then they ran with Dylan Cardwell to close alongside.
That was an awesome game from Dylan Cardwell.
Yeah, it was a very nice game from him. And then Malik Monk to close alongside him there. And it looks like Sabonis got cut out there. So whether that's by design or because they were just ripping with what was working, I don't know what the game flow result there.
Cardwell they couldn't keep Cardwell off the floor at home. He's just electric. He's so fucking funny, dude. And he's good. He's like a nice big man. They got a plethora of big men there. But what
was the celly that got everybody jacked up?
He like hit a huge dunk, and then he ran down the court with his hands behind his head, just like
I saw like the viral mirror, like he was like high stepping like that, right? Like
dude, he's so funny. Like, and then he's like calling for the fans to like turn him up. Like, he's awesome, man. Like he's bringing life to the Kings, dude.
I like that. That's fun, man. Yeah. They got some fun. They got some fun guys to just like in general there. I will say though, this one he is right. His energy's insane. I love this. Eggers is right on this one. I do have no idea what college he went to. That is a fair assessment. This is one guy that I have no idea on for sure. Like was he drafted?
I don't know. Now he's got me down a fucking rabbit hole.
All right. Eggers has us. It's Auburn. He's an Auburn guy.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay. 6'10", 255, 24 years old, so a little bit older for a rookie. Looks like he was undrafted. Undrafted rookie, made his debut on Shout Out My Sister's Birthday, October 22nd this year. All right.
Yeah, he's so cool. He's so cool.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like, we've been talking about how, like, we want to see more Neek. We want to see more. I mean, like, just trade Monk already, please. Like, anything to play less Precious and play more Cardwell and Neek Clifford, I'm in for,
Yeah.
Yeah. Not draftable, though?
No.
Okay. So the big question is, do we think we could see expanded Sabonis this evening and or starting?
I think so.
Okay. then he's probably the best pick in the 6th round period from a ceiling perspective. Like, now we don't love the Bam matchup. We don't love Bam plus Ware if there's some overlap, if Ware plays. We don't love that. We know our whole Sabonis thesis always was like double doubles with like 20 rebounds and like that sort of thing. Like, you can definitely get boards on Bam, but Bam is renowned as a good defender. But I don't know, man. Like, it's so underpriced if he plays 25 to 30 tonight. And it's infinitely underpriced if he plays 31 and starts 33.
Yeah, I don't know about 31, but maybe 28, 25.
Yeah. Like, when you're comparing him to available options in the 6th round here, like Kobe White gets Giddey back. Jordan Miller's not going to project up there and playing above his skis. Jabari gets Tari back. Paul George is capped at 30 anyways. IQ, he's going to project better than this, but you can poke holes in it. VJ is going to play like 40 tonight, especially if PG can't go and is a really good pick. But like, man, outside of like this kind of like tier, if you're going to find ceiling, man, Sabonis is the dude you find ceiling with if he plays 25 plus.
I agree. I think he makes sense.
25 minutes of Sandro tonight or 20 minutes of Sabonis?
Sabonis.
All right. So Sabonis, when he's there for you in the 6th round, should kind of be a priority target.
Yeah, I as of right now, he's just like my swap, but yeah, I'm gonna draft some more of Sabonis.
Sure, I like it. Can we get to anyone else on the Kings, man? Can we play like Monk closes? Can we play like Levine showcase narrative and or plays full?
I don't know. 6th round Levine.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna project better than a lot of the plays that are currently available in the he's gonna project probably better than like Sandro on paper. Where he's going to project better than whatever. Yeah. So
yeah,
Levine's probably fine. I mean, it is the highest total on the slate and it's pace up against the Heat. And if there's no Ware for the rim protection stuff, that's better.
It is better.
Yeah. But that's it. Big 4 there. And that's that.
Yeah. That's absolutely it.
All right, dude. That's all the games on the slate. Shout out to the Unabated interface there. Unabated's projections will be out in 14 minutes. Might have to circle back on that. But first and foremost here, we are going to flip back to our site. We are going to hop in the Tuesday tip-off here, and we are going to cook. I have synced up my exposures, I believe, so we can go ahead and, we can check things out there. Wow, 30%. Luka.
Nobody runs better.
According to the Solver. Oh my God, I'm rich. I will get the nice little Solver emblem up there. Guys, had a nice meeting with the Solver people yesterday there, and fun things coming down the pipeline there. Talking about some potential other sports and that sort of deal. They got some bundled pricing right now for the Solver there. You can do your multi-sport drafthlete thing for 6 months. And get a discount on it there. I'll drop the link in the chat for everybody for the Solver Draft Assistant there. Yeah,
let's see what John's been cooking.
Ooh, yeah. I guess you guys are gonna be privy to my combinations now, huh?
Let's see what kind of overlap you got.
Okay, we will take a peek.
There's no way you've been caring a lot about your combos. I bet you're pretty careless.
I was phone shitter broing it up this morning. Absolutely reckless.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely reckless.
As you should.
All right, let's bring it up here. Get the combo stuff going there. I only got 10% of Harden at 3 there. Pretty balanced through the first round there. Not a ton of Sangoat yet. Dude, I'm keen on Maxey or Harden here. Who do you like?
I've been doing Harden.
All right, let's do it.
But
good spot for Harden.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's after Luka, it's a lot of different combinations of 2 through 5.
Right.
And 6, I suppose. Did Maxey just exceeds his projection like way more than anybody else does? And he does
Yeah.
it by like a long shot. Like,
And he does it different ways too, which is fun to roster. Because like the
mhm,
last week or so, he's done it via stocks. And it's like, yeah,
mhm.
that's outlier. But the previous weeks, he did it because he had 41 minutes and had 40 real live, like
Yeah.
40 actual, right?
Right.
Yeah. LeBron and Sengoat go there. We can take a look here in terms of combos. I've done more Steph than I've done KD. So then I would definitely consider some KD here. But
I've been
Steph looks
doing
like the
KD.
highest. Sorry, say again.
I've been doing KD.
All right, let's do KD here. Take KD. I was doing Steph earlier there, but I might have just been like, bro science over projecting the removal of Jimmy. But
Mhm.
man, I was watching a lot of that game last night and a lot of the Warriors, I think 2 games ago. And I watched a good portion, and man, they were running stuff through Jimmy. Like last night, even, man, they were running through Jimmy. Like Jimmy has lead handle, Steph trying to work off screens. Jimmy had one of the worst possessions I'd seen all season. Basically 2 or 3 possessions before he got injured, and he just like brings the ball up the court, pulls up to like the 3/4 at the 3-point arc there, and he just kind of like was trying to like dribbling with his right hand, moving his left hand, telling where people would go. Nobody does what he wants for like 13 seconds, and then he just throws up a contested 3. It was just like, oh my god, dude! If we're gonna shoot contested 3s out here, like get the ball out of your fucking hands first.
Yeah, that's not your game,
No.
Jimmy. Not even close. Not even close.
But I do think, man, the perception of Steph from a fantasy standpoint, like with and without Jimmy, is going to shift a little bit because we're going to see way more on-ball lead handling Steph like we saw early in the season. And that was really cooking for Steph early in the season, like 50, 60 fantasy points.
Okay, I can buy that.
Brandon Ingram by the solver here. Devin Booker would be my lowest combination exposed. I know you're not a big fan of George, so who do you like, Booker or Ingram?
Let's go with the solver here. Let's go BI and play the projection.
Let's do it. Sounds good to me. There.
It would just be so classic for Booker to go off.
Yeah.
Classic flop lag, but I don't. I'm gonna start taking BI over him.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a lot to like about BI. Shots started falling last couple times out too, with the thumb. Like people were a little concerned about his shooting ability with the thumb early, and now it looks pretty good. Vooch goes to Steven there. Car Park takes Peyton Watson. Shout out Dirty Hands, Clean Money. Fox getting pulled up to 20. That's one way to get unique. Looks like Westbrook or Gordon here. I have much more Westbrook than Gordon, none of which in this combo though, so I'm good with either.
Yeah, which would you prefer?
I think I'm Westbrook tonight, man. I think I like pace up. I like the heat for Westbrook. I think that's fun. The Gordon stuff I think is not the greatest matchup if he gets the 8 and stuff and plays the 5. Could be a little bit limited if they run another 5 alongside him and then he gets like the defend LeBron treatment. And I think he's capped at 30, at least Westbrook, I could see him playing, 35 tonight and just running,
No, I agree. I think Westbrook, gun to my head, I might like Westbrook more than Booker straight up tonight.
Ooh, baby. Spicy. Will not fault you. Travioli is taking Nurk at 24 now, so maybe that's the new Nurk price tag. It's probably what the projection says, but the random variance of the coach not playing him is interesting. Lowry has the out tag here. Solver's telling us Norm Powell, and Norm Powell is your highest drafted player. I think you're going to like Norm Powell here, huh?
I would tell you to draft Norm Powell, yeah.
All right, let's take Norm Powell there. Thoughts on pairing Heat players together? Like, can you do Norm plus Wiggins? Can you do Norm plus Jaime? Or is that, cannibalizing your ceiling?
I think it's fine. On this slate, I think it's fine.
Okay. Our guy Car Park does the Castle plus George thing. He thinks Giddey is playing tonight, so takes Giddey at 29 there. Can't fault that at all.
How's this guy going to finish? He's got that Fox pick was interesting. Jalen Green.
Ooh,
all right.
Jalen Green for the scroll. Dante at 33 here. McDaniels, Ayton. IQ is popping in terms of projection. We could do the Sandro scroll the F down play.
Oof. Yeah, you can scroll for Sandro or Sabonis.
Yeah, let's do. You like Sabonis plus Westbrook? You think that's fine?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
All right. So we take 3 pieces from the highest total game on the slate there. As you guys can see, I have 10% Harden, 10% KD to start. I got 20% Ingram. I got 30% Russell Westbrook. And then I got 26 of Norm and then 13 of Sabonis in the last round. I had no iterations of those combos before that. So a Harden, Durant, BI, Westbrook, Powell, Sabonis. So a nice little game stack of the highest total game on the slate with those last 3 picks.
Fun team there for sure.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Think we'll rip one more draft and then call it a program.
Let's do it.
This will be draft number 32 for your boy. 2 more spots. Also, shout out to the car park, man. Car park sent me another gift package there.
I did see I got something on the way.
Nice, dude. Yeah, he sent me, I think it was 3 T-shirts. I'm hoping I didn't actually look on which ones he sent me, but I'm hoping the all gas, no brakes, and like what was my favorite one? The all work, no luck. That's the new one that I was eyeing up in the shop. He saw it in my cart already, and he just sent it to me. So shout out to the Troll Co. and our guy Car Park there.
Love that guy, man. Excited to see what he's got cooking for me. I got a chain gang, pay me. I got to see what these look like.
Tight titties. Bring them up for the people if you can.
Let me see if I can find it. New tab. Where's the other one?
In the meantime, guys, we got what do we got? We got 177 of you on the X machine. We got 90 of you on the YouTube machine. What's that? That's like a grand total of like 260 something. So do us a favor, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, give us a little retweet if you happen to be on the X machine. Help us spread the word here. We are going to be out here all week. We're going to talk through the Dog Bowl slate tomorrow. Probably do some dinger drafts on Thursday. Then we'll talk through the Dog Bowl NBA slate on Friday. And then off and on the clock, of course, for the football, for the playoffs there. Yep. Nez, the solver likes Jamal here. Do you like Jamal here? I was team Maxey at 4. What do you like today?
I would go Maxey for the ceiling conversation.
I like, man, I know he's not going to, I don't know. I know Joker got hurt, and I know he's not going to do it, and I know he's not going to win it. There's like some fringe value in like Maxey outside MVP candidate right now. Like he's played that well.
I mean, he has.
Yeah.
I don't think it's it's not gonna be a serious conversation, right?
No, no. Yeah. It's definitely not a serious conversation. But
yeah,
they're gonna give it to SGA before they give it to him. They're gonna give it to Joker, even though he missed time because of how good he was before then. They're gonna have the JB and the Cade conversation, like that sort of thing. But yeah. KD gets pulled up to pair with the Murray team there. Sengun goes there. We get Scotty Bolway to come back to our Maxey team. I think both of us will be inclined to click that, right?
Yeah. Solver's with us. I'm with it.
See if I got any of those yet. I think that's my... Oh, there you go. So I paired Bam with this combo the first time. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're not looking to put Bam and or BI with this. But
you can. You just got to watch the next combos after that.
Okay.
Like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. All right. What do we got? The new troll call. I haven't even seen this one yet.
Yeah, he sent me this one.
Nasty.
And then I think I sent you another one. But yeah.
I'll click on it in a half second here. We'll go back to the draft for 1 second. Devin Booker's coming back to us here. I mean, I'd be fine to do Bam again. I think BI plus Scotty kind of cannibalizes ceiling a little bit here. I think I would rank my preference. I think BI is my favorite click here, and that's what Nick goes ahead and does there. Do you like Booker or Bam here?
I think Bam.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have a combo of Booker yet, as you guys can see here, but with the wear Q tag, the limited minutes last night, the back-to-back today, it seems good.
It does. It does. Nowhere, I think, is a big deal. If we do not get Ware, he's not out yet.
Wow, SGA minus 400 right now. 7th highest odds are Maxey at plus 10,000. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. Like with Joker hurt, that was the only thing standing in SGA's way, really.
Yeah. Trev's asking how long the 30% off solver will last. I do not know, my friend. I think that is just kind of like, if I show you guys here, that 30% off monthly is just if you sign up for 6 months. So it's just kind of like the baked in forever discount of signing up for 6 versus signing up for 1. So my inclination would be like that it would stay. The Cheese Man goes with Norm Powell on this side of the board. Westbrook there. We have the Vooch and Gordon and Peyton Watson decision. I think I'm Team Watson, man.
Yeah.
You like Vooch more?
No, I'm cool with Watson. He projected the best. He's been balling, dude.
Yep, I agree. A little bit of a letdown the most recent games there, but he's still playing big time minutes. He's clearly still like the second and a half option for them offensively right now. Obviously, we were expecting regression in terms of like his output because he was just like outperforming his peripherals and his potentials like significantly because he was so efficient. So as soon as the efficiency ticks down, so do the box scores. But like, there's no reason to think it can't return for one game tonight. Yeah. Nurk, Castle, and Fox go there. DeMar DeRozan staring us in the face. I really like that. Yeah, I really like that. He feels like a tier break guy a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I feel you.
There's a really, really strong team right now. Maxey, Barnes, Bam, Watson, and DeRozan. I think the hashtag machines are going to tell us that IQ is going to be the best available pick for us in the last round. If Giddey comes back to us, I think I'd take Giddey over it just for like a little bit of ceiling. Sabonis, I think I'd pass on it on a DeMar team and a Bam team. I think it's just like asking a lot from that game. Dante, that projection that you were talking about, Nez, Dante has quite a high projection. I would take Giddey for the ceiling potential here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing Giddey.
Yeah. But as you guys could see, like with the projection built in here on the right side, like Naz Reid, like 30, 29 for Wiggins, 30 for Kobe White, like 29 for Jabari Smith. Like you should really be mixing and matching this back tier in a big way. And that's why we have the tiers conversation so frequently and why we don't always just take, best available, because like we're dealing with like fractions of difference, and like the tiebreakers can be like game correlation or ceiling outputs or like that sort of deal. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The tiers matter like a lot.
Yeah. TK is asking, any chance we get a stream soon seeing who the least profitable players are this year on the Woods site like last year? Oh, that's kind of a fun idea, but I don't think that's forward facing anymore with the Woods tool. Like, remember we found out that
I thought he meant like literal like drafters.
Oh yeah, no. We don't need the tool for that. It's Roto Run and Nez at the bottom. Yeah.
But no, you're right. It's not forward facing right now.
That aspect of the tool he had in there last year, but is not in there this year. So I can't even show it to you, my friend. or else we could do that behind the paywall one day or something like that. But let us ask and figure something out there. Does the solver provide projections? Yes, they do. They have baked in projections. You can mix and match between the ETR ones. You can mix and match between the solver ones or the underdog ones. But yeah, they do have projections, but they're the first guys to say they advise you to either build your own or, grab another source and then put them in. Most notably, the ETR ones is what their kind of process is there. The Miso Tuna saying that it's Bam. Shout out to him for the big golf win over the weekend there on the redacted side. Nick saying in his biased vibes model, Devin Booker. I think that's another really good one. TKH says that. Yeah.
It's got to be Booker.
Yeah. Magikarp saying that it lagged the site. That's why the wood got rid of it.
It did. Yeah.
All right, guys. 2.5 hours of beautiful magic from the boys here. Hopefully you guys are well equipped to jam this slate now. Also, just an evergreen reminder for everybody, or maybe not evergreen, but if you weren't here at the beginning of the show, the new contest droppings are at 8 a.m. Eastern and not the night before, so that the GM combos overnight are a little bit more monitored and tracked here. So bullish on that idea, and but just a good reminder for tonight and tomorrow when you're planning out your drafting schedule, that the Dog Bowl stuff will be up there at 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow there. So yes, if you're planning to be the first guy in the Dog Bowl and chase some CLV, that is the time. Nez, anything else to add and parting words for the people?
No, not for me. I'll see you guys in the lobbies. And what are we looking at here? Fill rate's doing well for a morning drop. So let's keep this up. I'm bullish on that setup. So I'm glad that it seems to be working out right now.
Yeah, likewise, my friend. Very bullish on this and love the idea. I think sacrificing that 10 to 20 overnight is good for the health of the contest by doing it today. But we got to vote with our dollars, and that means draft, which means your boys got to get 100 more in, which means I got to get the F out of here. Back tomorrow to talk Dog Bowl. Same bat time, same bat channel, all that fun stuff. 280 of you still hanging out. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and the retweet stuff. Back tomorrow to talk a little more hoops. All right. On behalf of Nez and myself, a.k.a. Rotorun, everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace.